the
Shut
best.
up and sleep with me. Come on, why won't you sleep with me? Shut up and sleep with me.
Clip it. Welcome, everybody. Hey, let's flip this over there. I if you can't tell from me spamming my own chat, I started just a touch late with getting things for the show set. Not for any prep reason or anything like that. No, literally just because I'm stupid and I let myself get distracted by a beautiful lady telling me stuff. And so, like, and I'm having a conversation, and I finished the conversation and looked at the clock, and literally was like, yeah, I keep getting distracted with that. We got to stop doing this thing where you talk like, ooh, found something. Let's talk about this, like 2 minutes to air. And it's not any criticism of you, mind you. You didn't do anything wrong, Digger. You did not do anything wrong. I'm the one with the self-control issue where it's like you start talking about something, so I drop everything and listen to you, and I think and I engage, and then afterwards I go, wasn't I fucking doing something? And I can't even blame the marijuana. I can't be like, well, you know, if I'd stopped smoking all this damn weed, because guess what I haven't done in any real form for... God, yes. I haven't smoked flower in over, oh, Jesus, what? Over a week?
A week?
And then I got bad news for this right before the show. I took a couple toots, and I got the telltale, that's not the same flavor I've had this whole time. And then I stopped, and I watched, and there was just a little stream of smoke coming out afterwards where I'm like, we've started. The cart has started burning, and it's just done.
Done skis.
And so this is definitely out. I'm not doing nothing. I am almost, I'd say by tomorrow we could say I've got, a straight 24 hours of sobriety with no weed of any kind.
Good Lord, sir.
Yep. Going until Friday, probably. I'm going to pick up stuff for Friday. We will have stuff for Friday. I think I've been packing stuff in my bedroom, and I think I found the electronic muscle stimulators. So... I'm thinking that might be the addition we do this week. We'll add the muscle stimulators, but then I have to think of something to do while I'm on them. So that's gonna be a thing. Either like try and draw a circle on like a fucking drawing app or whatever, and just like we're gonna figure it out. We're going to figure it out. Been a busy day. Unloaded over 250,000 pounds of steel today. Wow, Mr. Q, that is a lot.
Yeah.
At Scruffy, still not banned after yesterday. What do you mean? Nothing happened yesterday. I don't know why, like, Pull up. Here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I'll tell you didn't happen yesterday. I found this out. I was very worried going into the Steel Toe show this morning that like people would have clipped something and it'd be like, oh, what happened here, whatever, with yesterday's Cards Against Humanity game stream that we did. None of that happened. Instead, I get there. It's like, oh, Chad Zumach screamed the N-word like 8-9 times on someone else's stream. So.
Oh, is that what someone? What's his name? Aaron kept saying the Chad Zumach this or Chad Zumach that. I had no idea what Chad Zumach had done. So he went on someone's stream and used the N-word.
Chad has a standing issue with, I guess, Gino Visconti. I don't know what I could have swore they buried the hatchet and performed together, but fuck if I know what the deal is. Anyways, so they were all on Misery Loves Company, and I guess Chad appeared, in my opinion, a little inebriated. And so, feeling himself, Chad called Gino Visconti a N-word several times. First, one initial N-word, like an opening shot, followed by just a volley of n.
Oh, okay.
So it got interesting.
Good. Yeah.
When I saw that, I realized there's worse. The world, trust me, the world won't notice what we did in Cards Against Humanity yesterday. Although I would say, for a different reason, to a lesser extent, not any better. Not any better what we did. It's drink a beer. What's drink a beer? Chevy JB. If you mean adding drink a beer to the wheel, I'm not going to drink a beer or risk drinking a beer every time 25 comes in and we roll the torture wheel.
No.
And if you're saying drink a beer, if you're saying drink a beer while a muscle stimulator is going off, one, that's going to make a horrible mess and it's going to make the carpet reek like beer. So definitely not.
No.
Two, this is probably the bigger part. I hate beer.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
Like beer.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Love cowbell though.
Ghosts of Balls Deep subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wait, it's over here. There's the cowbell. Haven't seen it for a hot minute. Cowbell coming out for Balls Deep. Moo. So there you go. There we go.
Nice.
Let's see. I still have scars from the scruffy ass jokes. I don't know what you're talking about, man. There was
so much scruffy hair. There was scruffy butt hair all over the place yesterday.
Look, I'm going.
I was amazed by the amount of ass hair or butt hair that Scruffy can grow and groom off his body in a day.
I'm just grossed out that you said that as a sentence. Yeah, no, the game thing yesterday was fun. It was fun. It was different.
Yeah. We
got set up to play a game. Oh, too hot. Dang it. That's the problem with the cowbell thing. We got set up to play a game, and we're like, hey, cool, we'll play this game. And I went and tried it out, and it was like SOS Ops, and it's the controls were fucking dog shit, and it looks difficult as fuck. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking horrible. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready for 3 hours of pain. And then like last minute, we're like, fuck it, we're just gonna play. We're gonna play Super Battle Golf, guys. And I was like, fine, I'm fine with that too. And I actually did nice in the golf game for once. I was very proud.
You did.
I felt like it was going to be a different day for me on the golf game because I was doing like the little practice mode, like driving range, and I freaking sank it from way off the green, just whoop, boom in the hole. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be this is our day. And I was right. It was our day. I got messed with like a couple of times, but most of the time I either cleared out in front of everybody, or everybody cleared out, everyone raced off and left me in the dust. But I always got caught up at the end at the hole. So it was nice. Jackbox Party is similar, but where the chat can put the questions in. Yeah, I'm going to put that in. No, St. Caesar.
Jackbox Party. Yeah, I was looking at that. It's got some neat things. You can do the similar thing in Discord. You The games that they've got in Discord, you can actually
but we don't
go in from the internet, so that people in YouTube and Rumble and Twitch wouldn't have to be in Discord to play with us. They just have to go to the internet
but
website.
I don't think that's what Jimmy and me and us are like. I don't think we're looking to make it just everybody in the world
that's
gets
not
to
what
join the game.
Yeah, no. That's not what you guys are after.
And I don't know if Sane Caesar's ever paid attention to this chat or the others, but like between what happens in my chats on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube, and what I've seen happen in Jimmy's chat, I'm going to land firmly on probably shouldn't have it set up where the chat can ask questions just from the regular people that are there, let alone like trolls or some rando that wants to pull a fucker.
Yeah.
Like just, I'm going to be a dick and put this joke in there. Meet me at the hole sounds like a good Monday. Everybody meet at the hole.
Yep. Yes. And we had there were some interesting names there.
Yeah.
Epstein's.
That's dude. I don't.
There.
Yeah, dude. I don't even need to do that.
You have some interesting friends, Johnny.
Dios Masu saying sup. What's up? Who's saying I have interesting friends? You talking about Jimmy and them? It was fun. They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah. I love it.
I love hanging out with them.
But that doesn't need people, other people in there. You guys are plenty entertaining.
Speaking of Jimmy Scruffy, if you can tell me, otherwise I'll ask him later. I gotta get like I've kind of fallen for AI Goofy bot and just
yes, I love Goofy. Goofy telling such horrible, despicable things is quite fun.
It's the fact that like the thing that knocked a key off my keyboard. It's the fact that they the AI stores up stuff that's going on in the chat. Like I'm eventually excited to see what he'll do if he goes after Same Caesar and things like that.
It doesn't work for me.
What?
I gotta have more cowbell.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Pay me $20 for a blowjob.
Nice.
That's an interesting name. Followed the channel. Well, thank you for following.
Thank you.
Hey, this is one of those I like new viewers. I like new people. Go ahead and be involved in the show. But I'm already, my brain's like, we've got to come up with a shorthand because that's a long name, and I don't want to keep uttering the phrase "pay me $20 for a blowjob." Like that's, it's a clever name, very funny. I'm laughing, but I'm laughing on the inside.
Yeah.
Johnny K, the K equals kick ass, which you did this morning. Well, thank you, MSO. I had fun on the show.
Nice.
It's through Tangia. What's through Tangia? Oh, the app. All right, the app is Tangia. It's through there. All right. Balls Deep and I are designing a game called Take the Curve, where your mission is to give Johnny the cure. You can get bonus points for getting Johnny to say yes, or depending on the level of cruelty. No, I'm not doing this. This is a horrible game.
You guys may or may not want to talk to Brian the Science, as he is also, we're building a game that is attempting to get Johnny to take the cure. It's
no. He said he built a game or was building a game, and then he was mentioning me like I was in it, as an inside thing. I don't want any fucking.
Oh, I misunderstood then. I misunderstood.
I really hope you guys aren't building anally rape Johnny Simulator.
I'm assuming this is all totally joking.
I
assume that Brian was joking too. Honestly.
No, Brian is seriously building a video game in his spare time.
Well, I know he's building a video game.
He did ask me to participate in parts of it.
Yeah.
But so for you to suddenly go, and Brian's building a game where he's trying to get Johnny to, no, he's not. We're not building a rape Johnny simulator at any point. Freak 597, Brian, we can collaborate. No, we can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. It's like the Alex Jones games of St. Caesar.
That was actually a remarkably fun game for the little bit that it was. It wasn't super hard. Yeah. It wasn't there was a little bit of skill involved, so it wasn't boring. But it still overall was it was pretty funny. It was okay, worth the once off, and you could play it through quick enough. You could get it done in a stream, so then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things where I don't understand. I want to do game streaming and stuff, but I don't get when we're just going to play a game and play a game and play a game. And after a while, I'm like, don't people get bored of waiting to get to the next part or whatever? I don't know. It would weird me out. I'm one of those people when I like playing a game, I'm going to stick at it until I got other things I got to do. And then I'm going to get as much done at a time. Like the idea of like, well, we're going to play for the next 3 hours and wherever we land, we land. Well, yeah, but now I got to wait until tomorrow to figure out where this picks up from. So it's a lot. The game starts with Johnny asleep on a MyPillow and cardboard Mike Lindell standing over Johnny. Okay. Holy shit, none of us got banned. Win, says Awake Jimmy. Right? None of us got banned.
Good to see you.
We're all good. Everybody's alive on all 3 channels. I hope he's stream sniping me right now. I hope he's live right now and he's stream sniping me. Yeah, none of us got banned. I literally, like, joking or not, like, I immediately stream ended and just delete video on demand, delete video on demand, delete video on demand. As far as we're concerned, other than the financial part, which we'll get to that in a minute, yesterday never happened. So I've been doing this new thing since I started going back and joining these guys game streaming. I didn't expect there to be money that I would make at any point in time, but we've been making a little bit of money here and there. And I was like, oh my God.
Nice,
so I've been sitting on it kind of like a rainy day fund. If like we go through a day and we just don't have it or whatever, like we got to bail it out, like boom, there we go. I decided since this week is the Fund Me week on Friday, we're not holding on to it anymore. So we just took everything we had plus everything we made with Twitch and Rumble and everything on Friday. So we're down to $30 on the 11th.
Nice.
$30. So nice. That's the goal. $30 on the 11th. We get through the 11th and the 12th, and then the 13th is the big Fund Me show. So we got to go. Nothing. Nah, I'm live for another 45. I'm not. Oh, you're not live for another 45. Well, happy to have you here, buddy. Normally you launch before me. I am honored that you chose to join this little fuck around show for a few minutes. So thank you. Jimmy.
Nothing. You missed nothing.
What?
Oh, Dio asked, I'm curious, what did I miss on Sunday? And
oh,
Jimmy's
nothing. You missed
saying,
nothing.
Nothing. You missed nothing.
First rule of Sunday Club: don't talk about. That's very funny. Yeah, you missed nothing. There totally wasn't a Cards Against Humanity stream with multiple references to blackface and necrophilia, the Holocaust, like all the big ones were touched upon. The ways might shock you, but the point is we kept it. We kept it legit. And every single one of us felt so bad about what happened that we all collectively agreed, just delete the video on demand. You know what? Not everything needs to be recorded, fuckwit. So that's what it was. That's what it was. I would have loved Sunday. Yeah, you would have. Sunday was a lot of fun. I legit, the Cards Against Humanity thing, both with the cards I had and the game that we were playing, like I legit laughed so much that it hurt under my rib cage. I haven't had that in forever, but I had so much just continuous chuckling at like, oh God, no, like just, and then just bam. Nice. Best plow dog on VHS.
Right, baby, you work those abs.
She's thirsty today, guys. I like it. So am I. Scruffy, not funny. Yeah. Oh, that was the other fun part. We got to enjoy Scruffy using his soundboard constantly. So we brought in some fun things like that. That reference there to. God damn it! Now I'm spacing on his name. Shit.
Funny. I can't do names.
I'm trying to remember the name of him. Jake Hudson. Jesus. God, it took me a while. I was trying to remember Jake Hudson's name, and instead I'm only remembering the number 1 Jake Hudson clip I know of where he's like, so do you like Animal Planet? And that's the whole thing. And it's just so I was trying to come up with his name, and all I could get was that stuttering, stammering mess. It was horrible. It was horrible. All right, let's grab our first. We have a lot of stuff to cover. The 3.5 hours that we're going to be live, we'll be covering some of what's going on in Iran. We've got some videos to watch on. Oh, that's right. You wanted to talk, like, she's firing on all cylinders, boys. She wants to let us know
Good
about
Lord.
some crazy Canadian
My
shit.
government's yeah. My government's going batty. Yeah.
Like I love getting up and prepping a show and my co-host being like, I've got these things that I would like to talk about. And I'm like, okay, this all sounds
Jolly, lolly, jolly, jolly, lolly, lolly, jolly, it's a jolly fishing song. Jolly, lolly, lolly, jolly, jolly, lolly, lolly, jolly, everyone sing along.
Thank you for the 100 bits. That was weird as fuck. And thank you.
Thank you, Dear Butch.
Thank you, Dear Butch. We appreciate it oh so much. All of that going towards that goal knocking down on Wednesday. So thank you. But yeah, I got to get that Tangia app. Look into that today, man. Get that Tangia app. So Jesus, where was I going before Dear Butch made me dance? This is again the whole.
You were appreciative that I brought some news articles.
Oh yeah,
so
thank you so much. Thank you for reminding me of that. And before I get
it was just a prank, bro.
Before I get into that, thank you for that one. We are now
thank you,
we're now 4 minutes from a hype train. Or none. No minutes.
Or a busy little train rushing up and down on the daisy line.
Like
Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the
He's facial first thing in the morning.
Everyone's aboard on the 809.
There's nothing in here, but
Comes the train,
I mean, I'll try.
Driver's head too.
Yes, I did.
Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today. Here comes the train.
Ooh, ooh.
I take it back. I take it back. I don't know what nothing is.
Oh, now I get a cheese facial too. Woo woo.
There was one in there. It tastes like ass, and there was next to nothing in there, but there was still one in there.
I'll have the last of the peanut butter.
No! I just, guys, I just killed Johnny number 5.
Way to go. Poor Johnny's taking more dives.
Dude, yeah, he has. It's a pile of.
Mr. Q, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Which mass murderer are we deporting? Which, if any? Oh, I look much better.
Well, maybe
after
if
that
they were
cheese
deaf,
facial.
we'd
Thank
deport
you.
them.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, that was you guys. The deaf kid was you guys. Oh, now we got a nugget.
You can't do that. All right, thank you very much, Dear Butch, for the Nugget Army sticker and the 10 bits. I fucking knocked over Johnny number 5, and now he's in pieces. Oh no.
Hey, Magic 8 Ball. That's cheesy. Yes. Yes, it is. You're a punny guy.
I broke it. It's all over. How will we ever be okay again?
See, I'd be more concerned, except I know that he does that all the time.
Thank you for the air horn and the 50
right.
bits. I hate my life. Oh my god. Oh. I'm over here trying to put Johnny back together.
Oh.
Seriously, how do you not have fun on this show? If you don't, it's a you thing. All right.
Why is he missing? I wish I can't hear them again.
Now I'm trying to figure out where the fuck that.
Oh, because I wasn't on the stream. That's why I was
Oh,
suddenly able
that's-
to hear
goes
them properly.
along. I see now. Holy Jesus. All right, let's do that. You know what? I'm gonna have to finish building him later because I don't remember where
Yeah.
all the pieces go. And
Yeah, we're trying to do a show. Lexi's not here yet, but
yeah,
no, we're trying.
Get in my belly.
Al is getting down.
I tried to get that. I tried to get that for people that wanted Alucard humping the dog.
Yeah.
It didn't really work out. I don't know. Maybe we'll change our mind later.
Al is a wily cat.
He doesn't.
Let's just say that.
Here's what it is. You start walking. He's very aware of his surroundings while he's like skull effing a dog. So it's not like you can just sneak up on the guy because he's kind of like, hey, I'm at a vulnerable position. I should pay attention to what the goose is going on. and it ends up being a thing. You know what? I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I told everybody I couldn't put them back together in time, and I did.
And then you did. Aw.
And that, but then as I say that, I break a piece off his arm and his back.
You gotta like.
You're a
glue.
monster.
I
You're
mean,
a
I could.
monster. You really are kind of a monster.
I
Keep using Johnny. 25 like that.
don't say that. I have a hard enough time controlling my hands as it is.
Okay, I'm doing a dab for
All
your.
right, we're putting him up there and over
hype
to the side.
train.
Yeah, we've got 43 seconds left of level 1 of this hype train. Thank you, Rob the Robot. Oh, we do have a robot story, in which we have a story about weird things that were not claimed from baggage claim on the 2025. Thank you, Labglass, the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Dear Lord. Trying to think now. So we brought up and we talked about the stuff that happened this weekend. You just did a dab. Thank you very much. So you can get schnockered. I smoked technically just dust out of a bowl in that bong. So I don't
Please, show me your dick!
That's nasty. You're a pervert.
Thank you for the show me your dick clip. And the 50 bits. All right, so that all goes towards the Wednesday Gold thing. We got actual news stories to talk about. So yes, I enjoy when the other fun thing about the whole tangent-y thing, people are like, "Oh, is if you didn't smoke weed, like I got bad news for you. Like that shit happens all the time. It's still happening now. You distracted me like a motherfucker before the show, and it wasn't because I was stoned. It's because I'm dumb."
Right?
Right? But yeah, so as I prep a show, I love it when when you're like, I've got things I want to talk about. And I was like, okay, so it's just like, check the side chat. And I'm just like scrolling and scrolling. I've been loading it for days. And
Oh, it's the weekend. I tuck things over on the weekend.
you don't hear what's going on right now, do you?
Oh, I heard that second bit. Nope, it's gone again.
This one kind of is like a start and stop
This
thing.
is the one that
right, where it's
goes
not
on forever. Lovely. Oh, yeah, I think I can hear it when you're talking.
Why? Why? Now I can't get myself back on track because everyone's distracted me. Thank you for Taco Night and 100 bits.
Nice. Nice.
It's not even Tuesday, but I'm honored. I'm honored, and I had kind of like a spoiler. I had a Taco Night moment after the show. After I was done with Steel Toe, I texted you and I was like, "Hey, I'm in my Discord. Feel free to jump in." And then I was like, "All right," and I started like getting stuff ready, and then I felt the bubbly bubbles, like boo boo boo, and I go, "Oh." So I got up and I went to the bathroom, but I left my phone here, and so I was terrified that you were gonna jump in and be like, Johnny, is my mic working? Do you hear me? And think it was like a you thing, and I couldn't. And it's like you're texting me like, "Hey," and now I'm not responding. You're like, "What's going on?" Johnny's not answering the phone. He's not. What's going on? And I'm just trapped in the bathroom, just hugging the bowl, praying for dear. Well, I don't know. Hugging's
Holding
not.
onto it?
I'm clamping down so I don't lift off.
Holding yourself onto it so you can't blow yourself off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sounds worse when you say it that way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no. So I got back and I'm like, oh, thank Christ, she never got here. So you
No,
never.
I was in the shower.
Ooh, MSO saying exactly.
The goddamn robots, John!
Yes, it is. It's the goddamn robots. It's always the
goddamn robots, John!
But this time it's at baggage claim. So, there's that and a bunch of other things. I'm sure in the list of 2025 most surprising. Here's what it is. If it says most surprising and we hear dildo, like I'm like, not surprising.
Not surprising
Not
at all.
surprising. You guys been bringing your ass
Oh.
pounders or just vagina fillers on the flights as long as they've been available.
The Wild is saying she's just got to say, things are really bad when Trump on Kiwi Farms is the top comment thread.
Oh,
No way. Is Kiwi Farms that angry about this whole wars?
Is it the
by
wars
the-
or what is it? Is it the wars or is it
Yeah,
the newest
why are they
allegations in
upset?
the Epstein files? Because I've heard a lot of
You were filling
interesting.
me in on that. I haven't heard anything about it. So you're filling me in on the Trump Epstein
Again,
young girl. stories.
All I
I've not
know
heard
is
anything about that
supposedly
yet.
4 interviews with the FBI. The reason why when everyone's like, see these Epstein files prove, if anything, Trump is not one of them, and I'm like, these ones do. But and that's the other question I have. That's why I'm confused now. So wait a minute. So is Trump the dog who wouldn't bark? Or is he, R-wording a child based on accusations? So
Yeah.
It's just those two seem conflicting. Unless Epstein means like dog who wouldn't bark, like literal, like we were doing role play and he was a dog and he just would not bark. And I was like, no, bark, Donald, bark. And he would not bark. And he just went,
Would not bark.
"Brr." He
You're
peed on the
fired.
newspaper, though.
That's fucking good.
They found out he super chatted DSP. Yep, that's all it takes to get on Kiwi Farms nowadays. Super chat DSP and watch your life fall apart. That's all it is. Look, I understand you see a fat, white, middle-aged man playing video games and just having trouble struggle busing by, and you want to relate. God knows I do. And you just feel the urge to throw him $1, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Instead, throw those dollars here, because I'm a cripple.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
really need them, and I appreciate
He
it.
actually needs the money.
No, but realistically, so you had a bunch of things in Canada you wanted us to talk about. So we do have some heavy Canada stuff out the gate. Where is my oh shit, where was my JD delay clip?
know.
Oh, did I not clip it? Or was it one of these? I could have swore or did I grab it for I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. I thought I had grabbed a clip for of JD delay in or was it because that's that one.
Got a tickle in my throat now.
Cuba. Ooh, I didn't clip you. Was it you? I bet it was you. Yeah, it was. All right, so it was the one I didn't load. So I was busy finding which one it was. My apologies. Let's grab that and
Too bad.
that out. Yep, I'm an idiot. It happens. Anyway, so the first things we wanted to talk about, the first thing you wanted to talk, or not we want to talk about. So in the guys, we're not going to suffer any backlash, and it's totally screwing with me because the audio wouldn't mute. In the whole, we're not going to suffer any backlash. I give you what happened in Nashville on the plane. A bomb threat on a Nashville flight had everybody with their hands up while they inspected the plane. The people were taken off, I think.
Look at
Heads down, hands up. What about, okay, heads down, hands
Heads
up.
down,
If I
hands
understand
up.
the rules.
Yeah.
Heads down, hands up. Is nobody freaking out over dude holding up the cell phone?
well, no, because dude holding up the cell phone is not the problem. There is
But
a
my
problem.
point is,
They're
they're
coming in
looking for a
hard.
problem.
He's
They're
not the
looking for a
issue.
problem. Everybody's playing the game except one guy. You're already making yourself sus. Why ain't he playing the game? What's with the phone? How do
They
they
can
not?
always come back with him after. Right now they've got
Good.
target.
Yeah, good.
Off
Glad
on
they come
target.
back to him after. I'm just saying he's very lucky that none of the armed people went after him initially because they simply see dude holding phone at us. How do you know it's not a detonator? Like fingernail inspection. Oh, they were sniffing everybody's hands to see which one smelled like dick.
There you go.
Sorry, I don't think that would. MSO, the goddamn Canadians, John. It is the Canadians. Hands up, heads down, right foot in, right foot out. Says Rexstart parody. What would be really scary is if like it was one of the flight attendants like first days, like. And so she's on the intercom and she's like, all right, so all our passengers, and they're doing this for the kids, especially the children. We're playing a quick game here. Heads down, hands up. You know this game? Heads down, hands up. And they just keep going. And at one point, she just loses her mind and kind of goes to a rap song. Heads down, hands up. That's the way I like to fuck. Now make a Woo, I am so sorry, guys.
I went way out from where I thought.
I'm just saying, either of these possibilities could have happened.
In a world of infinite possibilities, yes.
Stand up.
All right, so now so this is the suspect. So did they have people that were suspects that they went in to get specifically? Like, did they know who they were looking for? Because if they knew who they were looking for, that's where dude here filming.
How did he get on the plane?
Yeah, that's where Guy Fieri's conservative cousin here filming like gets a pass if they knew who they were looking for. But until then, like the guy filming seems like he could be, you know. So yeah, on a flight out of Nashville, they had to have people board the plane and like pull. I thought it was one or two people off, like in cuffs. The flight was from Nashville to Florida, or no, Fort Lauderdale. FLL. I think that's Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, maybe.
Yeah.
It was diverted to Atlanta, and a passenger. All right, so one passenger was taken off by guards. So they had a passenger taken. So that plane was in the air for a while, and then you found out he was sus. Oh boy. Look, we got to divert because apparently we put a bombman on your plane. Oh. Heads up, 7-Up. Bang, found him. Oh, lab glass.
Damn it.
Sent off the first big tax check today. We'll see where I'm at Friday. No worries, Lab Glass. You're a huge supporter of the show. We're always grateful for everything you do. No worries,
Yes,
homie.
thank you so much, Labby.
Simply accept our gratitude. We are grateful. If nothing happens, nothing happens. Like one way or another, I'll get my life sorted. So we'll figure it out. Man denied service at Smoothie King over Trump shirt receives.
There were 6 bomb threats in Canadian. Where did I put it?
Why? Why did they threaten you guys? You don't do anything.
Right?
Like other than
well, I mean, you guys aren't talking to us. No one's talking to us. That's a whole other thing.
Other than gargle at the fountain of British ball washing, you guys really don't do shit.
There are
like politically
multiple
speaking.
Bomb threats at 6 major Canadian airports on Thursday morning, affecting Ottawa, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary, and Vancouver.
You realize?
No, over the weekend there was multiple. I saw at least 3 bomb threats in airports.
Right, but I was about to say, you realize all you need to do to get a bomb threat to an airport is just get a hold of the airport and tell them you're going to blow it up. Like, that's all you need.
Well,
you don't need to actually do it. You don't have to have any intent. You could do it on a goof. Like a horrible, illegal, you'll go to jail, absolutely don't do it goof. But you could do it on a goof. So, you know what I think it is? I think it's 1 or 2 Canadians that are really sad that you guys aren't in more of the spotlight. So they're like, no, we're getting hit too. And they called them in. And like, that's what it is.
That's not actually the news. I saw like 2 or 3. I thought there was 3. But
I heard one of the bomb threats was a group claiming no Canada arm, no justice. Any comment?
Canadarm.
Canadarm.
Really? Yeah.
So you guys can't.
You're gonna make fun of it. Say it right.
Thank you for proving my point. If you're gonna make fun of it, say it right. You know the way that makes you sound like you're retarded. No. You're calling my country stupid, and if you're gonna call my country stupid, you should do it in the actual way that we pronounce the thing that makes us sound incredibly fucking stupid. Like, just go for it. Yeah. Just do it.
Do it
Canadarm.
Right. Damn it.
Don't you feel better? Not really.
That's right, Dazzler. Thank you. But no. That's the funny thing. I thought they'd happened in American airports over the weekend. Different bomb threats in the airplanes themselves, where they had to not take off or detour to a different place, and I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that incredibly anecdotal update of things that you believe you read that you believe may have happened. about allegations of bombs
just
that
grabbed
may
the
or may
one
not go off.
story.
Like, all right,
figured the
let's,
other
all
two
right, all right, all
stories
right,
would
all
be
right. I
easily
love this. I
defined.
love this story. I'm in it. I want the whole fucking trilogy. Just do me a favor, Toots. Speed up to the part at the end where you tell me how the story. Did a single fucking airport get exploded? No. Okay,
No.
moving on.
Oh.
Saint Caesar, fuck Canada. That's aggressive.
Yeah, dude. Ouch. Jennifer Runyon, best known for her roles in Ghostbusters and Charles in Charge, has died at the age of 65.
Oh God, no! Wait, not Jennifer Runyon isn't. Hold on, where's my W section? Jesus, I used to have this in one spot. I don't have it. I don't have We Got One. I used to have it on number 1, and it's not there anymore. So We Got One. Bang.
Oh no, she she was in a lot of different things.
Well, you said Ghostbusters. This was specifically the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find, I can't find any decent pictures that are going to just be pictures. So never mind. But yeah, so there you go. Rest in peace, lady.
How old was she?
68. I just closed it.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I'm boring you that you're going through and searching your computer for stuff to talk about while we're doing
No,
our
no,
show.
I was going to go and look for something else because you were making fun of me. Oh, the bomb stories. I was going to go look for something else, but it opens up on
Good
the
God,
news
you
thing, and it-
like I can't wait till we
it's, like,
live together because
breaking.
I want to watch how easily just the world makes you go squirrel. Like just because like I keep being like, well, this one thing you squirrel hard on this one thing, and it's just like, and now I keep realizing, no, that one thing is everything, and it makes you adorable. It's just like. Like if you were an excited puppy, like you'd be pulling at the leash at all times, always wanting to go somewhere new. Like, no, let's go over here, Like, no, we're done. That's the neighbor's yard. No, I want to pee on that tree. Like it just, all right, just. All right. Heads up, 7
Wild
Up.
Saffron
Yep.
is saying sadly she had cancer. Any bets on which vax she took? Oh yeah, she's that age. She did probably take a bunch of the vaxes.
I'm just gonna say this.
That's
like,
too bad.
I don't even need to land on the which vax did you take. If you're her age and you die of cancer, isn't that what most of us used to call buy the playbook before? Like, that may, like, as you get older, the odds of cancer and it being the reason you're not here anymore, like, increase exponentially. And it's just kind of like, oh, guys, she died of cancer. Like, that tracks.
Fair enough. I don't know. Still, it's sad.
Okay. Well, good for you.
It is sad.
All right. So, we just covered the one on the airplane thing. Now to the Canada stuff that you were breaking. This one you care a lot about, and this is a 4-minute video. Are we playing the whole video, or were there timestamps or parts you wanted us to hit specifically?
No, I figured he'd cover it pretty good.
Alrighty then.
Cover the whole thing pretty good, and also, I wonder. I'm not sure if he'll cover it, but in Ontario, with the same day suicides assisted, the maids.
Yeah.
There was
I
a
was telling
woman-
you about that. Speaking of which, I told you
Who
about
changed
that in
her
a
mind.
thing. No, but I
changed
told you
her
about
mind.
that in a thing. Like, yeah, not the changed her mind part. The changed her mind part is you with the whole, like, somebody went in, same day, approved, changed their mind, they still put them down. And that's up.
Yeah.
But no, I was telling you about that in the story we covered a while ago where you could, like, oh, you could now do it same day. And you're like, I don't think, like, it is too fast, but I don't
It
think
can't
it's
be
same
that
day.
bad.
It can't be that bad. No, yeah, it is same
It
day.
is. It's that bad.
All right.
And now there's
Well-
the story, of an older lady who called for it and signed up for it, and then said, "You know what? No. I really don't want to do this. I'm not ready to do this yet." But
And they literally
they
pulled
killed
the
her
Monty
anyway.
Python, like, yeah, you're not fooling
yeah,
anyone.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah.
I think I'll go for a walk. Like, no, you won't. Oh,
Not
come on,
anymore.
do us a favor. Anyway, so This is pressfortruth.ca, which I believe means Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yes. .ca.
Such
You
a
guys
dick.
are .com.
Such a dick. Well, no, .ca like could be for California.
No. Oh no.
He looks Californian.
He's a BCer like me.
Is he going to drop it a boot?
I don't think so. He's a BCer.
Are we going to hear a get after it, bud?
You tell me. You tell me. I don't know. I
As
don't
Canada
think
is
we've got much.
racing towards a gut-wrenching, soul-crushing milestone. Canada
No, we could still go California on this one.
set to surpass 100,000 assisted suicides, more than the country's World War II death toll.
That's not fair. If you gauge any amount of deaths long enough for a long enough period of time, you will eventually beat World War II death tolls. It's just a question of how long. Come back, I'll bite your ankles off. I don't think that was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No, because he's quoting it, the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But I thought the bring out your dead part was just like Life of Brian or something. Where is the bring out your dead?
No,
part
that
from?
no. Bring out your dead is in the meaning of life.
Okay. Either way, the point is, Wait. Life of Brian's the one where the dude explodes from eating a breath mint? Like a big fat guy or is that also
No,
the meaning of life?
That's the meaning of life.
So then have I ever actually seen the Life of Brian? Shit.
I don't know. The life of Brian, dude grows up next, like right beside Jesus, and they take him to be the Messiah. Only he's just his name. He's a dude named Brian, but they decide that he's the Messiah.
Then I've never seen the Life of Brian.
It's he lives the life of Jesus. Only he's not Jesus. He's just
Brian.
some dude named Brian. It's
Does he perform miracles or just lives it?
No.
All right.
No.
I don't know. You know what? It's a movie for us to watch sometime because I apparently
He's
have never
just
seen
some
it.
dude.
I'm
okay.
I guess everything's the mystery of life. So then every sperm is sacred, mystery of life, then as well. So yeah, it's just all the mystery of life. I've only seen the mystery of life.
Oh, is Bring Out Your Dead the Holy Grail? Really?
They're saying it is.
Bull Deep is saying it is. Okay.
So then I'm just wrong in general.
Okay, fair enough. It's the Holy Grail then. Yeah, I've
And here I
may or
am
may not
relying
have
on
seen them
you.
all so many
You're telling me
times.
I've never
Oh, you silly. When would you ever rely on me when it comes to
Regularly.
the name of famous people or
regularly.
movies?
I have a stupid
yeah,
amount
but that's
of faith
your
in you.
fault. Yeah, that's
Right?
your
I'm gonna
fault.
go
You
down
know
like I'm
better.
gonna go down burning, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm trusting her.
But sorry. Yeah, Holy Grail was Bring Out Your Dead. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
I do.
I've
Yeah.
got to resume this guy's video because I unfortunately paused it at the perfect spot for someone to CGI a dick into his mouth, and I apologize. This poor guy is a Canadian talking about the ridiculous amounts of assisted killings that you guys. So with so many people dying
on
in your
here.
country, I would imagine you guys got plenty of room, right? Like I can just move over there.
No.
Always look on the
No,
bright side of life.
we're
Is Life of
bringing-
Brian? Yeah, I know. I've heard that.
Yes.
Always look on the bright side of life. So I just.
Yeah, it's Life of Brian. Yeah.
Which one is the one with the exterminate? Doctor Who. God damn it! I always get them
Doctor
confused.
Who. Yeah, that's a whole different.
Oh, Scruffy's
You're all
pointing out to
wrong.
me, Johnny, the Indians beat you to it. Son of a bitch. It's like somebody told them and they all went on a run and I didn't know. And now it's like, oh, get in after the fact. Like, buy when Bitcoin's high. Like, that's not retarded.
100,000 of its own people have been euthanized under Canada's MAID program.
Look, and I'm going to say this as one severely, as a retarded person. I'm saying if severely retarded people have physical and mental handicaps that they don't want to go through, I'm not even joking. I understand their choice. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying I understand their choice.
Just to throw the stat out there, roughly 45 deaths a day for maids.
But again, how many of
Maids
them?
kills
How many of them are
roughly
like?
45
How many of them are
people a
like
day.
really up crippy people where it's like it's totally cool? I get it.
I don't know, but their numbers ramp up every time they make it easier to.
Well, yeah, I'm
Sign
guessing.
up.
So this is the other thing. Like, okay, so and I don't disagree with this theory that it's for money, but they're doing this for money. Not deliberately, not openly doing it for money, but supposedly the secret baseline motivation is organ sales, from what I've heard.
Well, no, I don't know that that's there's no actual proof that they're selling organs.
Okay, fine. My point is, I'm not saying that there is proof. I'm saying that's my that's my overall understanding of, like, again, like I said, the secret baseline motivation of this and why the government is pushing this forward and opening up these avenues is, again, organ sales. But my question is, like, with the really messed up people, why would you wouldn't, like, a lot of these organs you're not going to want, like,
well, depending on, and again, they're opening up, they're making it a lot easier to use it if you've got depression. If you suffer from SADS, which is seasonal affective disorder, which everyone who lives in the lower mainland of Vancouver has and suffers from, that's enough to get you on into the MAIDS program.
Not to interrupt, but Scruffy, if you believe any of the numbers given by governments during COVID, I have a bridge to sell you.
Right? Yeah, they're taking people out for depression now. 26-year-old who
yeah, we covered this story.
Yeah,
this is literally the one where I told you same day, and you were refuting me on that.
I said, no way,
because you couldn't believe it was. You were like, no, that's like, we're fucked up. We're not that fucked up. And then you're coming at me today, and you're like, this is how fucked up it's same day, Johnny. And I'm like, I could have swore I told you that, and I thought about it, and I remembered. No, God damn it, I did.
Well, okay, I'm
Squirrel. Sorry. I love you so much.
45 people a day. I just couldn't believe, but it's Ontario is the one doing same days, so I'm less surprised.
You know what?
But
understand. If I lived in Ontario, I wouldn't want to wait either. Just take me out now. I'm kidding. I've never been to Ontario. I'm sure it's a horrible place.
Assistance in dying, and it's going to smash through that number before the program even turns 10 years old on June 17th.
So my question is, how old, buddy, how old does the program need to be before they can kill 100,000 people?
Some slow creep totalitarian tiptoe. This is a full-on conveyor belt of death dressed up as compassion. It's not even close to compassion. It's a catastrophe. As of 2024, the total already stood at over 76,000. That year alone, over 15,000 people were euthanized. That's about 45 every single day, making up 5% of all the deaths in Canada. Let that sink in, folks. 45 souls extinguished daily while the system keeps expanding. More people have died through this.
Scruffy. Hey, doctor, my toe hurts. Have you considered dying?
And like Los Federales.
Los Federales. F off, Johnny. I live there. Only I get to call it a shithole. Like I said, I'm kidding. I've never been there. I'm sure it's a horrible place.
Toronto is the city that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend, forever and ever. Oh.
Is it a tent city? I thought they did a lot of...
Fuck off.
Maybe...
No, it's...
No, not Toronto. Not Toronto? Okay.
Toronto is the main city, but it's got so many suburbs that are just suburbs. Like in Vancouver, they turned into cities. The suburbs turned into individuals. Well, more importantly, the main smaller cities already existed.
Okay.
But in Toronto, it seems like they just kept adding more suburbs. And apparently you could drive like half a day and still be in Toronto. Apparently. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's kind of like how the Twin Cities became a thing, because like St. Paul and Minneapolis were like close but separated kind of because of the river and stuff, and then they kept growing and growing.
Yeah.
And now like the two cities have become one to the point where St. Paul and Minneapolis are so butt up to like there's one starts, the other ends, one ends, the other starts.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
It's just one giant mess. And then outside of that, you have the suburbs of the Twin Cities, the Twin City suburbs. They used to be like little independent communities. Now they've all just become just, like I said, one giant fucking area.
One
of
giant.
Toronto, I went back. I went there back in 2000. Hockey Hall of Fame was fun as a kid. I bet I'd have fun in Toronto. Now Minneapolis, parasitic twinned St. Paul. there's still like largely one city. Granted, the politics and practices of one of them's obviously the nicer part of town for the white folks, and but the point is they're all one thing.
Right.
Holy, me running Lab Glass with 5 gifted subscriptions
Aw.
on Rumble. Holy
Thank you,
Jesus.
Labby.
We don't get notifications for that like we do on Twitch. Thank you so much, Lab Glass.
That's
5
awesome.
gifted
Thank you.
memberships over on Rumble. We are so grateful. Cowbell
Woo.
coming out for Rusty Grammar. It's taking its sweet time to figure out who to give them to. All right, so we'll just go ahead and ring our cowbell now for Lab Glass. Thank you so much, Lab Glass, for the 5 gifted subs over on Rumble. Cowbell coming in for
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Moo.
Yeah, there's Chevy.
DBL
Double
Meanness
meanness.
Chevy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's double.
mainly because I need a membership. Well, then couldn't you just sign yourself up? Get over here and grab a sub, says Wild Saffron. It's weird. It's not. It went to McMonsterly. Oh, it's not going to give you one, Lab. Yeah.
No, McMunster really had one. Yeah.
Oh, he had one already.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. So then, yeah,
I
you
don't
got-
want to write in there because I'd feel bad taking it. But yeah, whoever writes in as they drop in like Atomic Ray or whoever that comes in later, it'll pop
Lab
up.
Glass. Damn Rumble ad. Cougar just told me to ditch the blue pill. I believed her. Well, that's the beauty of that. You don't have ads. Even St. Cloud is essentially 5 cities, and it's not that big. Yeah, that's that's the sad part when it's like 5 cities that came together to St. Cloud. I'm like, really, you guys? You couldn't? You know what it is? When fucking
Here it is.
Frontier folks settled it in. McMonsterly gifting one that goes to Lab Glass. Thank you, McMonsterly.
Nice. Thank you, McMonsterly. There you go, Labby. Thank you.
Cowbell
you
for
both.
McMonsterly on Rumble. Moo.
Yes, thank you so much. Damn, Dad says better allies.
Well, now you're good. Now you're good. Scruffy saying penis. Now everyone's trying to grab those.
Yes.
Everyone's trying to grab the memberships if they're over there now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, one of them should be, at least one of them should still be up to, because there's 3 there. 2 of them haven't been accounted for. So
Yeah.
I have no idea how it decides that.
I don't know.
All right, well, back to this guy talking about you guys again, clearing out swaths of people. Now, here's what I'll love. I'll love if they start leaning really hard on because if I was there in Canada and I'm part of the government, you can't really do anything about what's going on, right? Like you can't change the tide, but you can maybe kind of steer the ship a little bit. And so I wouldn't stop this. Apparently the government machine wants the MAID program, but I'd start trying to be like, we just imported all these new people. Have you considered
Pardon me.
dying? You just came here
It-
from India. Have you considered,
No, but that's part of the thing, right? Is that
I'm just curious, would you guys
90% of the people who take maids are white.
Oh yeah, they're
They are drastically diminishing the population of white people
live there. Again,
who
I
come
know.
from family who have been in Canada forever, and they're replacing them. For example, with the 60,000 or 60 million, 60 million, yeah, 60 million new people from India are being offered to come and fill jobs that have no one to fill.
All right, well, you might,
Arnie's just setting this stuff up.
can you tell me
Like-
where that list is? I want to look at that. I'm sure I could find one of those jobs that I could fill if they'll work with me and my disability, and I could just pop over the
Oh, no.
border. I mean, it'd be a
They
lot.
have
I
to
can get
be
there
from
quicker.
a certain country, and preferably a certain country, working for a certain gang that just so happens to work quite similarly to the Islamic regime. Honestly, the rate of extortion and arson going up in Canada. We're quickly becoming there's this, first world problems and
Mhm.
third world. We're a second world at this point, Canada. We've been struck off lists from the UN and the WHO because we can't keep certain illnesses that have been
Mhm.
taken care of years ago. We can't keep them out now. Suddenly, we've got them.
Well, that's what
showing up in
happens
our
when you.
country again.
That's what happens when you grab.
When you're
Again, this is
taking a
one of
bunch
those.
of people
This is one of
from,
those where,
yeah,
like,
third
I don't
world
know, like,
countries.
as I'm getting older now, like, I used to, when I was younger, I used to be like, well, that's just how people talk. Like, as I'm getting older now, I'm just like, actually, no, I'm kind of, like, done being politically correct and shit. Like, oh, we've got a lot of, yeah, because you brought in a bunch of dirty third world people who don't have immunizations, who don't understand general hygiene on a sociological level. Like the people we're talking about are from India, right? India has that whole celebrate flinging cow poop and running around marching in cow poop festival. I'm sorry, but that is a vastly different term or kind of social hygiene level from, say, a first world nation where it's like, no, you wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. Like, you don't handle feces. We don't do that here. Playing with poo is gross. It doesn't matter whether it came from a fucking cow or not.
You don't pee or poo in public at all.
Right. You don't treat the river that you get the fish out of as your own personal bathing vessel and then also dump garbage in it. Like,
Yeah, and
you don't
and you
do
also
all
don't
of those things. This is where the
illegally club the salmon as they're spawning, club them over the head and take them out by the 10s and 20s. Illegally
Well, right.
taking out
right.
spawning salmon.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
see, again, this is where you just love to, like, we talk about a subject. Oh, and they do this too. Like, that has nothing to do with it because they would do that in their own town. They would do that. Like, that's a different, and that's not a cleanliness level. That's just a behavioral thing. That we were talking about the cleanliness and the hygiene with. You know what? Whatever.
Cleanliness.
We're gonna be on
Okay.
this clip all day at this rate, so I might as well just let this
Yes.
dude finish.
Okay.
program than the 42,000 Canadians who fell in battle during World War II. Just think about that for a second. A government program has quietly outpaced the country's wartime death march in peacetime. What started as a supposed compassionate choice for the terminally ill has exploded. Eligibility keeps expanding. Now you can apply to MAID for chronic pain, disabilities, loneliness, poverty, and yes, even mental illness, like seasonal depression. We've seen cases like the 26-year-old Keanu Vafavian, approved for MAID over type 1 diabetes, seasonal depression, and vision issues. His family fought it. They were calling it state-induced despair, not true consent. But the system steamrolled ahead anyway. This isn't mercy, guys. It's a human tragedy where death becomes the quick fix for suffering instead of real care, real support, or real hope. Earlier today, I called it out for what it really is. This is what eugenics with a medical license looks like. This isn't freedom, my friends. It's abandonment dressed up as mercy. What starts out as a choice turns into an expectation, especially for the poor and disabled. Canada is churning out more assisted deaths than the rest of the world combined. And it's not slowing
Well,
down.
most places in the world don't do the assisted death thing. I'm gonna have to drop this, I think, because I can't keep staring at his forehead.
Okay.
This is getting to me. This
Okay.
is like someone tried to make a Texas Bulls logo on his head, but they fucking gave up halfway through. Like, just what is that? Is this like is this like an off day, and this is a
I
skin
thought it might
blemish?
be a skin rash or something. It's
Right.
not normally there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just this whole time, like, and the weird part is I'm waiting to see if it grows with his temperament. Like, is this because he's so upset? Like, and here's the thing, like, I want to care. It's very, very sad, and like you said, they're doing some horrible things with the demographics in your country through actions like this, which one thing you can argue about whether or not it's okay to just mass import people from another country into yours, whatever. But to do it and then pair that with, and we're also going to convince a lot of the people that live here to just kill themselves. Like,
Just kill themselves. Yeah.
that's not okay. And I want to care, but this is too fucking distracting. I'm like, it looks like a sled on the top half, but then the bottom part makes it look like a weird kind of chair. Like that, like that's the backrest, and then you can sit your legs out. That's like a lounging chair. You see what I mean? This is a serious subject, and I
Wow.
can't help
This
but
is sober Johnny. This is Johnny without pot. My goodness. Yeah.
this is why I always tell the people, like, yeah, but you'd be surprised how much weed changes your mentality. It's like, Right. The same way you'd be surprised how much your first drink gets you really fucked up. But when you drink all the time, you eventually establish a point where your body learns to operate within the chemical. So like people don't realize we over like because it's been years. It's been like I'm trying to think now. It's been years of just like continually smoking weed. Like at this point, it's not. You know when it's gonna have an effect? Like, ooh, Johnny's stoned this Friday. And I guarantee you by Saturday, we'll probably have come over a lot of that hurdle. Like there's going to be an initial bump where I'm just like, you know what? You'll get this. This is a reference just for Digger or anime nerds. I'll just be sitting here the whole time just just for Saturday.
Yes.
Just for Friday though. By Saturday, probably back to normal. By Sunday, we'll be
back to normal. Yeah. Hey, Raven.
Hey, Raven. So, Alan, let's catch up with the chats then. Memberships. Killing people because they are sad is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. Sad or homeless or addicted to drugs.
Well,
depressed.
thank God you guys don't live in a liberal drug haven where drug addicts could, just continually indulge their addiction because it's all legal.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thankfully, it's not legal anymore. They repealed that because it worked
right
so
because
horribly.
it really didn't work well.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
Lagwest, I love Digger and Johnny's math. It makes me giggle. Sounds like this guy could use Maid.
No, he's been fighting forever. He was covering Davos and the Bilderberg meetings long before people were willing to acknowledge that they even existed. I
like Wild Saffron's idea here. You should troll the Maid line saying, "I've been too damn happy. I mean, every day I can't stop smiling and laughing and feeling so filled with joy. Not sure if I can go on being so fucking happy. What can you do for me?" I like. Here's my thing with the Maid thing. Like, I'd call the Maid line and be like, "All right, so sell me on this. What are your door prizes?" Like, you're selling your soul. You can't sleep at night, but you have a much nicer house than me. So if you guys get me a house, I will consider taking the Maid program in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, no, they're not going to fall
for the low cost of a house. Oh God, just be a real dick and be like, "I'm so depressed. I'm so upset. I'm so unhappy with life. I really need several Indian immigrants to take Maid," and like try and sign up other people. Ooh, that's God. If I were there right now, I just like, where's the hot spot where all the immigrants like get off the boat or the plane or whatever? Like, I just sit up there and be like, "Talk to me about joining Maid," and I would actively try to sign fresh off the boat people up for Maid and get them all the way through the Maid program. And if people are like, "That's fucked up, that's wrong," exactly, but it should be fucked up and wrong no matter what. Like the idea of like, "Oh, no, you're just trying to do this." No, well, if they're going to kill all their own people left, right, and sideways, I'd love to see the government agencies are like, "This is horrible. This is insensitive and hurtful." It's like, right? Stop killing people already. You guys are the ones running the program. Like, you can't shit on me for being a bag of shit, which I am, but everybody involved is a bag of shit. It's a Maid program. Cute. Yeah, that's an idea. Just an idea. Don't shit where you eat, as it were, if you will. Yeah, Balls Deep, but that's a real problem where once a year you just throw shit everywhere. You use it as a building. You use it as a building surface, as a fuel source, and you just throw it at your friends because, hey, it's cow flop and it's fun. Like, God damn, man. I grew up in the Midwest. I've been past a dairy farm. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? Johnny's trying to be a really passive-aggressive Bill the Butcher. I think he said Butchie, but I think he means Butcher.
Okay.
Bill the Butcher.
Lab glass. They'll give Johnny a 3-story split-level house.
It's fine with me as long as it's big enough. I'll rent out the other 2 floors. All right. Let's close that. All right, so let's close that guy because I'm sorry. It is
Brevin,
very
you were
sad.
fine on Friday, don't worry.
100,000 dead, but that skin rash. I'm gonna say this though, from stride to stride. Your next video that you wanted to talk about the Musqueam Indian Band agreement. For the people who don't realize this, saying this, you heard about this? The Musqueam Indian Band has land control rights. Like they've been granted land rights, land title rights.
Yeah.
In
Title rights.
In just the Vancouver area.
The Metro Vancouver area. So it's like Richmond, Surrey.
And it's all based on, again,
it's based
on like factual evidence of like you guys had like historical sites where obviously the Indians existed, or is it just based on, well, we decided we used to live there and we say we used to live there?
Right now it's because the Musqueam Band is the one that brought the charges, and it's the Musqueam Band that won the thing. But now we've got a new problem.
Yeah. I was trying to get to that. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got, again, because literally, unless I'm wrong, feel free to point it out. Unless I'm wrong, from what I understand, from what we've covered of this, the Musqueam Band literally said, hey, this land was ours. This was our people's native land. We want it back. The government.
They are evicting.
Well, they're not
as
evicting.
We speak.
Well, yeah, they're evicting people as we speak. But that was, again, the big politician promise was there's not going to be any eviction. No evictions, guys.
Yeah,
they just want to say they own the land. They're not going to actually kick you off of it. They're just going to say it's theirs now. But we'll get to again. Like, hold on, down, girl.
Okay.
One thing at a time, please. But that's it. They were like, hey, we used to live here back before you guys came and settled this area like over 200 years ago. So we want it back now because we say so. And they won in a surprise thing. They went through the courts. They won that suit. And now we have 3 other tribes going, hey, we used to live there.
Wait a minute.
That's our land. We want the title. So now we have 4 different Indian land. Again, this is where like just, well, let's just keep going back
just
to
for the Metro Vancouver. Yeah. Yeah. That's why those of us who live on the other side of the mountain range, we're more than happy to just, they can be BC and we'll just become part of Alberta because
yeah, but how long until fucking
dumb over
how
there.
long until fucking people in your government start doing this too? Again, your fellow citizens.
Yeah, they are. That's the thing. It went through to the federal government. It was the federal government that gave the land back, from what I understand. It went past the provincial government.
So again, this is what makes you think that you guys are any safer on the other side of the mountain. Yeah. How long until fucking one of these 3 tribes decides, you know what, we can't get this spot because there's already too many pickers here. Let's go over to there and say, no, this was one of our native lands. We get it. We get it back. I have the opposite problem, Rabin. My IQ is, oh, wait, what?
I'm sorry. It is not federal. It went up to the BC Supreme Court. It didn't go past that. My bad. So yeah, no, it is strictly the BC Supreme Court has done this. So it's not gone out of our, so like I said, those of us in the rest of BC,
give them the Northwest Territories.
Isn't
Nunavut one of the Northwest Territories? I don't know how they feel.
None of it is. They were considered Northwest Territories, but they were a whole different tribe, a whole different thing.
Again, this is just again the thing of like the basis for this claim is you're saying your native peoples used to occupy that land. So like we don't have any proof that just was taken from them, other than to say like. I don't mean to look. I'm not trying to whitewash America's injustices, but like the low down dirty thing about America is like when we came here, Native people didn't understand the property or the principle of owning land, and so they didn't view the land as something they owned, it's just something they were on. And so we came up and we're like, we're gonna give you all this shit for this stuff we're standing on, and they're like, can't make me stop standing on it. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, sure, I'll take the free stuff. And then we go like, all right, now go away. And they're like, what do you mean go away? Like, no, I bought this land, so now you have to leave. Only we did it in massive areas where we had to like make them march on a trail of tears to the camps and the areas we deemed safe for them to live off of because we bought all the best spots. And then Like, how do we know that didn't happen with Canada? Like, a whole bunch of these Musqueam tribe people got offered, like, pelts and guns and booze and other shit and made deals they didn't understand, which is predatory and wrong, but still a thing.
We treated our Indians a little bit differently than you guys treated your Indians. Similar, well, not even. They had different rights on their reservations. They have allegedly complete control on their reservations.
We supposedly give the same thing too. Like federal laws stop at reservation land, but it's weird how some of them are held. I don't know. Who cares? They lost the war. Yeah, my main point with this is it's so far back we can't play who used to own it. The simple fact is you don't.
It is very much the same thing as the people yelling my reparations because I be black in America. It's the exact same. Only my province has.
Well, the principle of that is the same, yes, but it's slightly different in the fact of they're asking for money and like something tangible, like a transaction where they were cheated and they were owed a wage, and there's at least a little bit of a we can trace you back to slavery and say as a slave you were made to work and you weren't paid, so there's an owage there. Like I said, I want to know if there's any factual evidence to prove that the Musqueam tribe lived on that land, was on that land, was vacated without due process or any sort of like. Again, I don't care if it was stupid and they sold them a bunch of blankets with smallpox and nobody figured it out until it was too late. Like, that's underhanded dealings. That was ours, by the way. And then but like if you're gonna do that, I'm not okay with you coming back later and be like, well, our ancestors got hoodwinked and now we want to just take the land back. Like, no, you got to buy it. And that's the other part that's weird about this. What about the people that did have the land, that invested? Who gives them their money back? So now these people just get fucked? I don't know. Whatever. We'll play this clip quick.
Well, people are being evicted. So, yeah, people
has turned into a complete parody. I'm going to lay out the timeline for you so you can understand just where we're at. We all remember the Cowichan decision, which hit everybody like a lightning bolt, where the Cowichan band got title over 800 acres in the city of Richmond. After that judgment was rendered, we know that other Indian bands wanted to protest that decision, and the Cowichan itself appealed it. So we had several bands appealing that decision because other bands were claiming ownership to that area as well. And the Cowichan didn't get...
It's almost like they were a bunch of roving people that moved where the weather was nice and kept continually moving around. Like, this is one of those, like, I'm sorry, it's not 1576 or whenever the fuck this happened to your ancestors. We can't freaking give you, like, too much of modern day gets uprooted for this, but whatever. I agree. Let's play reparations game. We'll account for slavery and also for all the crime and theft by those people since. They'll owe us a few trillion. Here's my thing. Like, because like this is a thing I was reading. Like, I don't know if not Cincinnati. What was it? Connecticut, I think, was the last one where there were talks about like a reparation system. And this is one of my things. Like, all right, fine, go ahead and set up your reparation systems. I don't care how it's set up or whatever, or what the payouts are, or whatever. But here's my deal. If we, like, across America end up setting up reparation systems in every state, I no longer I'm like any blackbird's like blah, 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 institutionalized racism, slavery. I'm like, nope, put that down. Put down the slavery card. You don't get to use that anymore. You got paid for work somebody else did. Mm-hmm. So you can't claim unfairness anymore. They lived in a teepee, not in cities. Right. They lived in teepees, not in cities. They roved around different areas in between like feast, famine, and wars with other tribes. So like they went where they were safe, happy, and healthy with adequate food supplies, and they moved around.
Well, these ones not so much. These were all coastal bands, coastal tribes that were.
But either way, we can't
around the region. Yeah, they all mix and match is the problem. Like you're saying,
they're all in the same area. Like,
yeah, they're all local tribes, but they were all local tribes that were warring with each other and fighting over this land way back before we got there. So the idea that now we're going to give some of this to the Cowichan tribe, so then Musqueam gets in. Now the Musqueam has got in, and other tribes are. It's stupid. It's ridiculous, and it's impossible to quantify. It'd be one thing if they were setting this up, where like
your land is yours. Like, this land is my land, but like your land is yours. But at the end of your life and the end of your tenure, you can't hand it off to anybody. You can't. It has to return to the Musqueam tribe. If there was like a slow trickle down process to them slowly acquiring this land, that'd be one thing. But they don't, like, again, nobody has to be paid for it. So the people who bought that land from the government, the people who've been paying taxes on that land to the city and stuff, they all just get left out in the cold. They don't get their money back, nothing.
Nope.
And like, you pay, like, I'm pretty sure you guys have sales tax in your country, right?
Got all sorts of tax.
So like when you buy a home, like, you pay a tax on the sale of that home, and that tax goes to the government based off of the value of the home. Yeah.
Yes.
That money, like, no offense, if you're suddenly telling me the home that I bought the title to isn't mine anymore, the government owes me that money back. Like, that's my thing. Like, if I'm in your neck of the woods,
step, I'm sure.
If I'm in your neck of the woods, I'm literally, like, they're like, hey, you don't owe this land anymore. Then it's literally, then where's all the money I paid to the government for it? Because I don't care what the government says about whether I own this land or not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I've been paying for something that the government now tells me isn't mine and they gave it to somebody else. Okay, fine. But then you owe me all the money I had and that I paid you for this thing that you just gave to somebody else because you feel like it.
Yeah.
And unlike the people who claim the land was theirs, I have receipts because I've been making these payments up until a month ago. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, again, like I said, this is one of those things where we do stories on my show, and you're like, Johnny, it's. I'm not saying I don't want to move to America. I'm saying I don't know that I want to move there.
Well, yeah,
and I get the same thing now. But I'm saying the last two stories we've done, I'm in the same boat. Like, look.
Well, yeah, no, this is BC, and it's
this is
ridiculous.
Canada. This is not just BC. This is Canada. It's happening in BC, but you live in BC, and it's Canada as a whole. Like, you keep being like, and like, you keep spouting this like great Canadian, we're gonna break off and become Western Canada dream that you have, and like you're trying to wish into existence. And I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't
know that it'll ever happen.
Right.
I never said it would happen. The whole point of it is to get independence, like Quebec's gotten their own independence, and it's going to include such things as the getting rid of the equalization payments.
Again, though,
they're setting it up. If we could ever get the corrupt government out of the province of BC, we could start setting up those laws as well.
Yeah, but you're not going to do that. And then, like I said,
Alberta's doing it. Alberta's almost finished doing it. Saskatchewan is right behind them. None of it is pulling up a tight third. They've been writing these laws and putting these things in place for years now so that they're able to back it up. It's not just legislation, empty legislation.
So your country's just going to fall apart and your economy's just going to crater and it's all going to just turn to shit then, huh?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Your country cannot survive. Your country cannot survive if the way it runs, you cannot survive off of the socialist system you have. Like, you guys, like, again, the socialized medicine and everything else, where people in America say, that'll never work. You literally explained the reasons why. Because some people on this side use way more services than they pay for, where people over here pay for way more services than they use, and they're like, hey, we don't want to do that anymore. So according to you, the whole thing with this thing is like, now each province is going to be responsible for its spending, so we don't have to pay for that province. We pay for ourselves. It's like, right. But then that province that can't pay for itself is going to just keep running a deficit. And the way the government can but the way the government's going to fix that is the government's going to eat that deficit. So you guys are going to, by holding out, you're going to slow roll your economy into a deficit year over year over year over year, because the greater Canadian government is picking up the tab that it can't pay for in this one province, and you guys are being part of the government.
Been slow rolling that to benefit the other side of the country. Like, we're just setting up things. They are setting things up so that when the country does collapse, they've got a better standing. Right now, no, we're not even thinking or talking about government collapsing. It's just getting independence from the government.
But the problem is,
so
like,
that's
literally out of your own mouth, the problem is you guys are tired of paying for, like, Ottawa and Toronto and stuff and the services they use. Like, you're tired of the money flowing
more like
one
Quebec
way. Well, Quebec. I'm
and
sorry.
stuff
I had the wrong ones. I
yeah.
apologize. Not Ottawa and Toronto, Quebec. The point is, you said that the problem is these other provinces are tired of the money flowing one way. So Canada, like, your government is either going to find a way to come take that money from you, or this whole thing is going to speed up Canada falling into just the seventh layer
Canada
of hell.
is falling into
Yeah,
the
my point is
anyways.
it's just going to be.
Why
then,
do we have to fall
so
with it, or why can't we put stuff in place so that when the government
You
falls,
can, it's just
we
you're-
can still stand? We don't
Because
all
you're
fall
trying
with
to,
it.
You're trying to do it while being part of the government. You can't do both. You can't be like, we're gonna resist the government, we're gonna let it fall apart, and we're gonna encourage it to fall apart by fucking up the financial setup that it's on.
It's fucked up anyways. It is fucked up anyways. It's falling apart.
Right, but my point is, as opposed to forming
But
your
why
own
do
country,
we pay for it? Why do we keep paying for it to fall apart? Why don't we hold that money back and take care of the people in our own provinces?
well, because when
And then when
this-
it finally falls, then we're not falling with it.
yeah, you are. Who's gonna come protect Vancouver from China? You guys are gonna do it.
Obviously there's going to be. Well, I don't know.
Like I'm saying,
I
like,
haven't looked that far ahead. I haven't.
It's
I
not
don't-
that
I'm
far
sure
ahead if we go
Alberta's
through with this
got-
stuff, though. Like, I give you
Okay, well, I
5
don't
years
know.
of this. I give you 5 years of Canada trying to balance its books by having a deficit, like, sink weight that they can't they can't pay off with your guys' money over there. Like, I don't think it'll go that. And then everybody's gonna start clamoring for pieces. So I just, like I said, this whole we're gonna be independent, but we're still like just the premise of it is confusing. We're gonna be independent from Canada, but we're still part of Canada.
It's going to be more. We want rights that the states have. Is more the thing. Like, we are an independent, functioning body. And then the federal government is supposed to just be for the overarching stuff like military, that sort of thing.
Right, but then your government passed the laws, like
we're
you
supposed
said,
to be
for equal
self-supporting
treatment.
in and of ourselves. The provinces are supposed to be self-supporting, and they have stopped being self-supporting over the last few decades. So the certain provinces have been working slowly to bring it back to getting their province self-supporting, and that's like I'm saying, that's where Alberta's at. They're almost there. Saskatchewan and Nunavut are almost there.
Right, but like I said,
behind Alberta.
like I said, your government isn't going to want you guys to take away and wrestle away its power and take away its money. So either they're going to do something to fight that, and then if they don't, like I said, something has to fundamentally change. Like at a certain point,
Like the government, yes.
yeah, like at a
Like
certain
the
point,
government.
they have to
That's
start.
kind of what we're hoping. That would be the hope.
Then that would be the end of
change in the
socialized
government.
medicine
That's-
in Canada. It would be
That's-
socialized
what?
medicine here, socialized medicine in here, but not socialized medicine there. Because again, if you guys aren't footing the bill for that stuff, then those places that can't afford it anymore, those services will have to end. Which means if we follow that theory, let's say it goes that way, a lot of those people that are on those services, they'll just move to your part of town.
I don't know. I don't know. I can be crude and talk about the fact that I'm on disability, and if they withdrew all my services here because they couldn't afford to pay it, I couldn't afford to move to wherever they would pay it. So I'd be hooped,
Right,
honestly, and probably
but
they'll
that's not
be hooped.
everybody.
But
Like again, like if let's say you're an average, that's you. You're describing you. What I'm saying
okay,
is
so no, let's put it in the same thing. Idaho doesn't pay for any of the services or anything for like Michigan, right? Like your provinces,
right, but we
or
don't
your
have
states
socialized
don't-
medicine. We don't have government paid for medicine.
Right.
We have medical aid programs like Medicare, Medicaid that helps people. People in Idaho absolutely pay for people in Minnesota's Medicare and Medicaid. Like, who was that? Nucleatic gave me really the worst time. Thank you.
Oh,
Not thank you.
No,
But-
no, it worked really well. Well then, then you guys pay for it too. You guys already pay for some stuff. I don't
Right.
know. Why are we getting into the weeds of stuff? It's funny
Because
because we can't even get this far. Because now we've got other tribes going, well, wait a minute, Musqueam got Metro Vancouver. That means they got the fishery. That means they got some serious industry. Some major coinage is about to roll into the Musqueam tribe. Cowichan got farmland. It's not that big a deal, but Musqueam got. So now there's a bunch of other tribes
as much as they thought they
also
should get.
putting
well,
in.
now we've got this situation with the Musqueam Indian Band Agreement that has given right and title to the band over the entire Lower Mainland. And this has come as just a shock. And so first we have this court decision, now we have this agreement. And guess what's happened now? 3 other bands are now angry about this agreement that Mark Carney cut with the Musqueam Indian Band
got all
because
sorts
those
of-
3 other bands are also claiming Aboriginal
Okay,
right
so it
and
is
title
federal.
over this same area. Can you believe this? So we now have
is
the
federal.
Squamish Band claiming title over Vancouver. The Cowichan Band is now claiming title over this area too. The Tawasin Band
Tawasin.
and the Musqueam
Yeah.
Indian Band. So 4 bands all claiming title over the Lower
I
Mainland.
figured it out. Here's what you guys need to do in Vancouver and stuff to get this back. You guys need to declare yourselves a band of native peoples whose and again you'll have to say whose lineage goes back generations. Our native tribe of Canucks have lived on this
Yes.
land.
Lower Mainlanders.
Lower mainland Canucks.
Lower
I'm a
Mainlanders
lower
have
mainland.
lived here
I'm
for,
a member.
for generations.
Just think about how cool it is. Like I'm Native American. I'm a Canuck. Like just make a we're the rare albino white Indians Canucks. We've been our people have been living in this land for hundreds of years, and this is a great injustice towards our people. Like you need to do that, and a whole bunch of like tribe supporters will be, that's insensitive. Like, yeah, it is insensitive. It's almost as insensitive as uprooting a family and then putting another group of people in there just because. But since they did it 100 years ago, it's fine to do it again for absolutely no reason.
You can't make this up. And we've got all the fee simple property owners, approximately 2 million of them, sitting there wondering what the heck is going on. They all thought that they individually owned the right and title to those lands themselves.
Right. And they don't, which is, again, where my taxes stop getting paid immediately. Like, no, I'm not paying taxes on land that I don't own anymore. And I again, if you own land and they're telling you that it belongs to the Musqueam tribe, you should be suing the government for the amount of money you've paid for it. The government gave it away. They had no right to do that. And even in America, they might give you bottom dollar for your land, but if they're taking your land from you, they do buy it from you. Like, I mean, in California, they'll burn it down first and devalue it to the point where you can't get anything for it and you're so totally fucked. But like they at least still do you the dishonesty of like, hey, we ruined your home but was once worth $250,000 is now worth $5,000. Here's $7. Go buy yourself a hat. Like, just that kind of shit. Canada's proven if you go woke, you absolutely completely retarded.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Brian and
Hey,
Fiery.
Fiery. And
How you guys
Brian,
doing?
yes, welcome all of you. We're going for another. We've got another 2 hours. You and I have had a bunch of fun, heated back and forth over literally 2 clips so far.
Which, in fact, they...
And I'm not high. For people like, oh, dude, these 2 potheads. Like, I'm not high. This isn't weed.
Rusty's saying the center of the U.S. pays for a majority of the coastal states' programs, and they tend to use those programs the least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are in the same boat as we are in.
Yeah, largely. But
Yeah.
But like
so
I said,
if we stop paying, then
and what you're saying is what you're proposing to me, the way it sounds, the way you're like, we're going to be independent from Canada, but still part of it. Kind of, it'd be like saying if like the states went, we're seceding from America, but we're still part of it. We want to vote on every single thing that we pay to the federal government. And if we don't like a federal government's program, like say it's war in Iraq or whatever, we don't want to pay for it at all. Like you don't get that. It's an all or nothing thing. And
the point is, like in Alberta, for example, with the medical system, they're taking control of their medical system and so it's not a federal thing anymore. CPP wouldn't work. You'd only have your provincial disability.
And that would mean that you would be
they're not
up...
paying in, but they're not taking out either.
But like I said, that's going to create utter chaos because you're going to again have provinces where they won't
utter
have
chaos is going to happen when the government crashes and the bank finds out and the people find out the bank has no money.
Yeah, but I'm saying cut yourself off the teat. Don't sit there and be like, we're going to be part of the government and then just watch this house burn. Because like I said, you're going to have...
No, obviously they're not just going to watch the house burn, but the way to elect people is so utterly corrupt. The likelihood that we're going to be able to fix it in our government, it's going to be years if we can fix it by electing people to get into the government to fix the government. It'll be years. There's so much rot in there.
Right,
in the meantime, the provinces are going to be able to stand on their own so that when the time comes and the government finally falls, the provinces don't all have to fall together. The province of Alberta will not fall. They'll be able to stand on their own. They'll probably, if that were the case, get usurped by America. Yes, because they'll have military needs and whatnot. Of course. But that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother day. They just want to be able to guarantee their people in their province that when the shit hits the fan, they're not going to fall with the rest of the country. And like I said, there are multiple provinces that have been doing the same thing for years.
Matthew
They're
Q's
all
saying what I'm
modeling
already
it
saying.
off the Quebec thing. Quebec did this ages ago, which is why we're kind of in the position we're in.
But that's a vastly different thing of like Quebec saying like we want to step aside and not do this. Like it's a vastly different thing from one holdout versus all of them. Like you said, it's Alberta.
But that's what I'm saying.
But like, yeah, again, but what I'm saying is what Mr. Q just said. Alberta quits paying Ottawa money, the whole country of Canada will collapse. Like, again, like I'm saying.
Which is why the provinces need to be able to stand on their own.
But they can't stand on their own without any sort of like world government. Like
Alberta's about to be able to.
You guys have Alberta has its own military and its own
No,
Secretary
you keep coming back to military, and if it comes to that point, when it comes to that point, and of course they're probably going to be usurped by America.
But again, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why you don't stand on your own. You won't be on your own for more than 5 seconds before CCP, USA, or fuck it, England goes, nope, it's ours now. Because again, China's not going to sit back and just go, we're just going to let you guys. No, if the Canadian government is collapsing and falling apart, then there's China's going to just start grabbing their shit. They're already buying the stuff through your government as is.
Like I said,
we're talking about taking it. Like I said, this whole we're going to stand on.
The hope is with all these different provinces doing this, is that we will be able to get some leverage and be able to start fixing shit in the government. That's the hope. That's the hope. The goal isn't, well, yeah, but you gotta try, right? Like, are we just supposed to sit here and just keep paying in and just watch the Liberals piss it all away, or are we supposed to try and do something so to make sure that when the shit hits the fan, we're as protected as we can be?
Oh my God, are you being serious about Digger? I thought she was a lefty, but that's some of the finest points ever seen.
Oh, I'm so not a lefty.
Yeah.
No.
No, I just, like I said,
you can't fix rot. You gotta make sure that you protect yourself. You gotta make sure that when the shit happens, because it's all gonna fall apart. You gotta make sure that, or at least what the provinces are doing, are making sure that they're.
That's where you guys
and they're gonna keep running.
That's where you guys filing from independence, just literally dropping off of Canada, not being part of Canada and doing your own, but you want them to do parts for you. And I'm like, those parts are temporary because this whole thing is going to fall apart when you start pulling pieces out of the engine. So whatever parts you want Greater Canada to give you, the military, whatever, what have you, those parts are going to disappear. And like you said, it's all falling apart anyway. Right. So either get out and form your own country now, get yourself set up now, get yourself established as a country with your own military and everything else so you can defend your sovereignty, or again, pick a new partner at the lunchroom. But the idea of like, no, this guy's a bully and he keeps taking our lunch money, so we're going to change it so we can't give them lunch money unless we expressly want to, and we won't pay for anything we don't want to, and we're going to take care of ourselves. Right, but then you're going to be out in the cold in a world market soon.
No, basically what Alberta and Saskatchewan and Nunavut and these other provinces, what they are doing is they're basically cutting off ties with a user sibling, one of those, the family member that just sucks off the rest of the family, that's always in trouble and always needing to borrow money and always, that's the rest of the country. And we're basically just, hard, what is it? Tough love. Sink or swim on your own.
Again,
we're tired of the middle.
I don't know why I'm having so much trouble understanding. I just don't understand where the provinces think they can tell the federal government, hey, you've been taking this money from us and you operate on this money for us to offset because, they take more services than we do. So we pay for more of their services. It doesn't come back the other way, all that stuff. I just don't see where you go, you know what, we're going to close off all of that. We're no longer going to be beholden to the government unless we expressly are okay with it. Like if the states in, like, for example, because I can only operate, if in America, let's say Minnesota, if Tim Walz like, and we've had it with this president and his obvious hatred about me and his racist policies, and we will not support a single thing this government does, and will no longer, like, if they had to vote on and approve every single thing the government does that runs through the state's immediate response is, and we're not supplying you or supporting you anymore. You like federal funding? This is the way you get it. And then with our states, like, every state kind of has a dip in that lake. If what you're saying is true, you guys are saying we don't have a toe in that lake. We have our own money. We take care of ourselves. We support ourselves. So we're not going to support you guys. We're not going to, if they bow out of that, like, again, like I said, Canada, at the very least, if it just keeps running that way, that's pulling parts out of the engine. It's going to, and it's just going to collapse and fall into a pile. And
yes,
I'm just saying, if that's what you're going to do, like, you should have a what happens when it falls into a pile plan.
Well, honestly, at some point, if the Canadian government does fail and fall apart like that, like I said, these provinces will be able to stand and survive and keep chugging along on the day-to-day. It's not going to be like a Black Friday sort of deal. But more importantly, at that point, you guys would probably come in and absorb us. Maybe. I don't think the country of Western Canada will ever actually exist. That, to me, that's never actually going to happen. I just think it would be funny if it's because the Western provinces are trying to protect themselves from the federal government. That's basically it. They're trying to protect themselves from the follies of the federal government because they have no control or say in what the federal government does anymore. Right. They haven't for a long, long time.
So will the federal government, with the laws they're putting in, will the federal government be able to pull this shit in other parts with giving the lands to people? Like in Alberta and other places? Know. Like, can the federal government do this with the laws you guys are putting in? Because that's more of my questions, though, with the whole, like, we're seceding. We're not going to be beholden to the government. We're not going to do what the government says.
No, but you're asking me. I don't have a
because
clue.
Because this is my theory. Like, who's to say the government doesn't start getting super shitty and be like, oh, you guys don't want to pay for this or that or whatever. Well, now you guys don't own any of your land. It all goes back to the tribes. And then the government falls apart. You guys are going to have complete anarchy then.
It's owned by province. That's already been debated on and decided. The province owns the province land. The federal government does not have control over the land of the province.
Yeah, but Mark Carney made a decision over the federal land.
Oh, I know, Mark Carney. Yeah, but he shouldn't be able to. That's the thing. It's all a farce. It's all a ridiculous farce. That's the point this woman's trying to make.
Well, that's the point. The other I'm trying to make that
how much money the Musqueam and Cowichan tribes are making. Now they want their taste too, and it's all a farce.
That's the point I'm trying to make, though. That that Scruffy had made earlier.
BC, though.
Like, if
this
they
is
make
not in Alberta.
If they make laws, like, which laws do you follow? Do Like Canada can make laws and fucking if you make laws like that say we're not paying for this stuff, whatever, Canada can keep billing you and saying you guys need to pay this, and you guys can say we're not paying it. The same way Mark Carney can be like, hey, we're making this law that the Merit should whatever own the land, and then the people of the province say no, they don't. Right now it's going the other way, but which laws are you going to go with again? I don't know. It's called the United States. Seagal. It's called United States. Seagal, the states have no more saying. Shall Canadian provinces shall have no more saying than the centralized decision maker, Mosaku be. I don't know.
Yeah, that's more of the the Western civilization is all run by.
Mr. Q saying they're putting steps in place to break away from Canadian law, which is why I'm saying either the government of Canada is going to do something to stop it, or if it happens, like I said, the thing's going to fall apart, and kind of like, in a weird way, the way the Canadian fighter jet went. It's going to, start pulling out pieces and support in places, and the whole project that was so star-spangled awesome is going to fall apart, and then everyone's going to swoop in to buy the bits for as cheap as possible at the end.
All I can say is that I would like to think that the people who are putting these laws in place to become independent of the federal government know about these things, and I'm sure they've got a plan on it.
It's weird. You keep saying your
I
government
don't,
is so...
I haven't got the slightest clue because I'm not involved in any of it. I'm just sitting on the sidelines looking at the ridiculousness. And
right,
laughing.
but what I'm saying is you keep telling me how your government is corrupt and and the people don't get a lot of say, and like the voting power is gone, and these people are like incestuously keeping themselves in office and supporting their own needs. So what I'm saying is you're telling me that same exact group of people in the Canadian government that you've described to me are also sitting on their hands, not doing anything to prevent this from happening. Like,
oh no, they're totally fighting it. There's all sorts of court cases and legal wranglings and shit going on right now. There's a whole big kerfuffle.
Yeah,
the
but,
federal government
I'm saying
is
what it's
not
gonna
happy
come down
about
to.
it. They're trying to do all sorts of stuff to stop it.
I'm saying what it's going to come down to is like literally it'll be like Alberta will be like, well, we wrote a law and we're not beholden to that, and Canada will be like, yeah, but we're not going to acknowledge or agree to that law, and if you don't want to support us, then any support we give you is out. Now, like I said, you might be in a position. Right, but how is that different from literally seceding from Canada? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying is you guys are going to get cut out.
Because at that point, I think they're hoping that we'll be able to start changing the government and start taking. Well, that's
as a
look at me like that.
As a lifelong two-party system guy, let me tell you, no, you're not.
I don't know. I have no idea. You're asking me questions that are way above my pay grade. I don't know.
They will burn you out with the space lasers when they take the land. Who's they? Alberta is really drinking in its ties
with the United States. Yes, they really are. I don't know what
Canada.
You meant instead of drinking. That's not the right term. But yes, Alberta is making all sorts of deals on their own behalfs with America. So they're just.
Well, I know the fucking
screw all
pipeline.
The other provinces. We're just gonna start making our own deals, Alberta with the other province or the other
at this
states.
At this point, we've rambled so much at this. There's no point playing the rest of this lady's clip. It's all out of place.
Yeah, no.
It's completely
There's no
done.
point in talking about her.
You go a lot, and so it's like and then I
go a lot,
dude. I'm the host of the show, and I keep
You keep asking me, and I'm trying to answer
right.
you.
Yeah, but my point is, like, your answer is like, and another thing that happens over here, and it just branches. And I'm not, again, this might sound like I'm being critical of you. I apologize if that's the case, because it is not. I have the exact same problem. It's adorable. It's just weird to deal with from this side of it. It's a tug of war, says Rabbit. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, again, call me cynical, crazy, stupid, retarded, whatever. These are all accurate descriptors.
It probably won't work.
Do you want to read Balls Deep's newest $2 drop? I also, before you do, though, I am going to say, we've been tallying up. That second $2 drop puts us at 5 off of YouTube, so now we're down to 25 for Wednesday's goal. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And yes, it does make your tits look big. I like the way you've displayed your tits today, Bullsteep. Thank you.
I don't want all those liberal morons voting.
At the end of the day, you got to do something, and Alberta's trying to do something. The other provinces are trying to do something because you can't just sit there on your thumbs and watch it all burn.
I'm just saying again.
They're trying what to do. They're you know.
The part that I'm saying is I don't, and this is my black-pilled opinion, I don't realistically believe that the other people aren't going to try and do something and find a way to do something to hold you in place. Like the idea that they're just going to let you go and not resort to literally. No, but I'm saying, and not resort to, at the bottom end of it, they will send in the military to take this territory back because we won't have, like, again, I feel like at some point you have to be fighting against your government.
Yeah, if it goes to that point, then I guess we'll see what happens.
Balls deep with another $2. Johnny, same question. All right, that's just mean, sir. Can we stop putting childish things on the screen? Now I got to put that over there. Thank you for the $2, Balls deep. I just, like I said, I don't see this going well. Like, just the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, that makes like no sense, because like that would be at this, like, if a part in the middle of the country suddenly went and we're not aligned with you, we're aligned with, all right, let's fucking say it this way. If Texas suddenly became Mexico, you can bet your goddamn ass, like, the American government would find a reason to go into Mexico or go into Texas and lock it down for America. Like,
right.
And that's just so. Well, seeing this build, I'm just whether it's officially out there in the plan or not. I feel like there is a plan in place for, well, eventually, if all else fails, we'll just go in and lock down the provincial government and install a new provincial government that does exactly what we want it to. You know, the same way America like handled Central America, and so. Like that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like, that's where
you
we're going.
say that, but the Canadian government is a lot different from the American government, and I don't know that they'd even be able to do that. Work their way into. I have no idea. I don't know. No, Robin, I don't think if it got to that point, I don't think you guys would come and attack Alberta. I think Alberta would willingly be absorbed into America if it came to that
Canada
point.
has a civil war and Johnny's mystery meat business explodes. All right, two things. One, firstly, Canada having a civil war would not affect any business of mine. Secondly, I do not have a mystery meat business. That'd be a horrible, horrible setup. Like, people are going to buy mystery meat. You got to eat it to find out what it is? No, I don't think so. We don't do that. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. It would be impossible without big preparation, like NORAD, says Rabin.
Well, there's so much. There are so many things that would come into it if Alberta tried to be, like, if the country of Western Canada actually tried to be a thing. Sure, there's whole huge things that would have to be dealt with legally and with agreements with the other countries and things like the UN and the WHO and NORAD and all that fun stuff. Huge questions I don't have answers for. Right now, they're trying to do the best they can so that they don't rely on the federal government and the government cannot rely on them anymore.
Any state can secede from the union if they vote to do so, says 69F this. Right, but if the states were voting, like, say Minnesota was voting to secede from the union, like, Donald Trump would be like, well, then there goes all your federal funding, and that would drop, and then they'd have to establish themselves and their trade and everything else with the surrounding states. It would cause a whole big kerfuffle. It's not impossible. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying, from my understanding, growing up and living in America, it's a lot more of an on-off thing. Like, you're either with us or you're not. And the way that you keep pitching this Canadian thing is like, well, we're not seceding from the Canadian government. We're just independent from the government. So we don't pay for stuff and we don't do stuff for the Canadian government unless our province specifically agrees to do it and the people can have a vote on it and stuff like that. I'm like, right, but I don't see the people in charge just giving up that power. Like,
no, and they're not. They're not. People are fighting. The government is fighting that
Right, but
They're
my
not
point
just
is,
sitting and allowing it to happen.
right, the government is
That's-
fighting it, but if you're saying they're getting the paperwork passed, the states or the provinces are setting up stuff to position themselves to do this, and I'm like, right, but I'm curious, and this is again my brain, but
The federal
I
government.
think the federal government has like and now we just send the troops in line, and maybe that's just the American way of
Sure,
thinking
at
it,
some
but-
point they would have to do that. If it gets that far, I don't know. I don't know if we even have to get that far because we don't have to fight. Like we don't have to have physical fighting battles. Or we haven't had to yet, so I'm hoping we don't ever have to. But more importantly, shit, I've lost my train of thought.
All right, that's fine.
At
We've
the end
got
of the
other
day,
things-
no. At the end of the day, the Canadian military, there's not enough of it to really account for anything. We relied on you guys and what was it, NAFTA or something? We relied on America to take care of the floating Chinese weather balloon. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we can't do
we
anything.
did a great
for
job of that
ourselves.
after it drifted over America. But no, like I'm just saying in
No,
general.
there
like,
was
you
another
could-
one you actually downed. I believe it was in BC.
Well, either way,
Close
my
to
point
BC.
is like
But
if
we
you
can't
guys,
do anything. So, sorry.
yeah. My point is like even like in that situation, you're going to have to call on America or whoever to come like bail you out because it's just
Probably.
because again, like I said, you don't have at least right now. If like China were to attack Canada, like say China were to do something to take us an area of Vancouver and Canada wasn't okay with it, unlike Mark Carney currently seems to be, you would then have like people like going like Canadian like politicians and people going around the world asking for help on that behalf. You're going to have to build and have that infrastructure because that's the part of the government that you can't not have. Like I said, so it's just you've said they've dealt with American politicians and they've met with Donald Trump, but how are their relations with I don't know Europe or well I'd say Ukraine, but every time you call Zelensky, if you'd like to, Zelensky's weird. I swear I've heard this message before. It must be a universal thing. I called Zelensky's hotline the other day and it said Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Tips. And it was weird. It was weird.
Very weird.
Why are you guys laughing
Very
about
weird.
this? Because we can't do dick about it, Rabin.
Yeah, we can't fix it.
my
There's nothing we
crackpot
can
theories.
do about it. So you got to sit and laugh, because otherwise you cry or you drive yourself absolutely batty. At the end of the day, all you can do is do your best to be a good person and to affect the space in your immediate vicinity. Have plans in place to take care of yourself, your family, that sort of thing when the shit hits the fan, because the shit will hit the fan. And we're getting closer to that day every day. So that's all you can do is take care of yourself and your immediate environs. And then you can't get angry because it's just going to keep happening. And you can either live your life angry or you can look at it and you can crack wise about it because there's nothing you can do. So,
Yeah.
I'd rather laugh and eat the popcorn and watch it all go to hell than be angry and frustrated and not able to do anything about it. Yeah, support your own people, tribe up. I know my neighbors really well, and when the shit hits the fan, our group here, our neighbors will be able to support each other.
I'm just
or
saying
at
in
least,
the global community, some neighbors have
the
larger
instant.
tribes, and those tribes
Well,
have weaponized their fishing
that-
boats. And so I'm not worried about it because my tribe has war boats, but like other tribes might not have boats or planes, and that's where I get worried. Shall I not be with my family? I don't know what you're talking about, Rabin. I did bet $88. It won't. That's a lot to bet. Clown pilled is greater than black pilled.
Yes, that's what I'm trying
We're
to
missing
say.
so much stuff.
Clown pilled is better than black
Hey,
pilled. Yes.
we've got a wild saffron dad joke. Do you want to read that with
Fuck off.
You want to do wild saffron read? I can step off for a second if you want to do that. Do you want to do a wild Well, it's last week of Wild Saffy's
Okay.
Twisted Taffy. And there's a dad
Okay.
joke there. Before I read it myself, I figured
Okay. You pinned that message, by the way.
I pinned it.
Her dad joke. You just pinned it.
Oh, I can fix that.
All right. Well, the studio sponsor for this month has been Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy. It's all natural fruit flavors and fun colors. Taffy just like you remember it from the good old days. Best part about Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy is every single wrapper comes with a dad joke printed on it. So every joke or every piece of taffy, you'll get such gems as what is an astronaut's favorite candy? A Mars bar. Why did the granny put wheels on her rocking chair? Because she wanted to rock and roll. Ba-dum-dum-ching. These jokes and more will be found printed on every single wrapper of every piece of Twisted Taffy. Wild Taffy's Twisted Taffy. Best taffy you'll ever put in your mouth.
That's a read, folks. That's a read. And where's my camera button? There it is. All right, so thank you for that. Now I got to scroll all the way back down because I had to put that up there and repin my own message. Rusty Grammar saying, love it. Yes. It's a great read. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Those are maid jokes, says Balls Deep. Oh, those are maids jokes? I don't know if that's not. Have you guys seen a fried Mars bar? It's horrible. No, and nobody else.
No.
I don't believe I have.
I've heard about such things as fried ice cream, and I think I would like to try fried ice cream just because it blows my mind. How can you have an ice cream which is ice cold and deep fry it and have it still be? I don't understand. It doesn't. My brain just doesn't sparking and flames and cannot compute.
Since we literally have an hour and a half left in this show. Thank you, voice crack. Fuck me. Since we have an hour and a half left in this show, and between my lack of weed and whatever, you and I have just been on a back and forth where we're like fucking elbowing each other to get in and get a word in. And we've literally killed 2 hours of the show already. So fuck it. Let's go to YouTube and let's look up fried ice cream so we can answer your riddle. Fried ice cream.
And then I need to go off camera so I can
so you can do a dab. Alrighty. Well, let's look
I can do a dab on camera now. The new
how to make fried ice cream. We got
Hey, I'm John
7 minutes.
Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making amazing.
All right, so we're gonna check this Preppy Kitchen with John Cannell, somebody who's totally gay from the looks of things. And I'm not saying that as like a criticism. I'm just saying like there's a look.
You haven't even seen him yet. How do you know that?
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck you. You haven't seen him because I didn't get the thing up there.
Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making amazing fried ice cream. So let's get started. First off, grab your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. How about next time? How about next time you do yourself just a little bit of a favor, and when I look at a guy that I'm bringing on screen, and I'm gonna say, this guy looks like a Mo, you just go, oh, I will wait to see him before I decide whether or not, like, you plan your support or your protest comment, accordingly. But just be like, all right, so Johnny's banking hard on Mo, and wait to see him before you criticize my judging. All right.
My bad. I was wrong in this instance.
I've been on Steel Toe Show for
I
how many
didn't want
years
to
without
just
getting my
judge a
butt
person
plundered?
strictly
Gaydar
by
astronomy.
their.
It wasn't by their voice. Again, you assumed I was judging by their voice. I said the guy looks like. I said he looks like, which means the picture I clicked on had a thumbnail with this weird woodchuck-looking motherfucker just kind of sitting on the screen, and I went, that guy, look, you can be a guy that does a food show on the internet. Doesn't make you gay. You could be a guy that wears these weird little shirts for fun. That doesn't make you gay. But when you put it all together with this face, that voice, and everything, I'm sorry, you fucking gay. Oh God, I have that ice cream. I have that same ice cream scoop.
Flavor or flavors of ice cream out of the freezer, and we're gonna scoop up some beautiful little balls of ice cream. Maybe like a 2-inch sized ball. They cannot.
I just like beautiful little balls. I like my balls around 2 inches circumference. Otherwise, they're too big to get in my mouth.
Be too small. You need to have like that cold
queen.
core.
Scoop
in the
that
middle
ice
so
cream,
they don't
queen.
melt
Yes,
deep fry
get it,
them.
get
Normally,
it, get it.
you might like to have your ice
Yes.
cream
Oh my God,
melted a little bit in the microwave before you enjoy it. But today,
ice cream is
behoove
sexy.
you to have
Like
cold
melted ice cream.
Really put some
Sexy,
effort into
sexy
scooping.
ice cream.
If you wanted to deep fry this, you could. It doesn't have to be a perfect
Super
ball. But
gay.
I'm not going to do that to you. We're going to make it look pretty. Fried ice cream is amazing. You have a cold, creamy center, but on the outside, it's crunchy, warm, and gooey. Top it with some chocolate sauce, whipped
Hi, Alan.
cream,
How you
cherries, sprinkles, nuts. Ooh, it's good. And it puts on.
I like to put a whole bunch of cream on top of my ice cream because it's just not male yogurty enough. Yes.
That second roll looks much, much, much larger than the
Well,
first.
that's because the second one, he used a giant scoop.
Well,
This
no,
one was done with I'm an ally scoop. This one was done with I like the BBC scoop.
I gotcha.
Clip it, says Balls Deep.
Quite a show. So if you want to have some people in the kitchen, you're making dessert,
shit.
this is a fun one.
Balls Deep, I said clip it. I reread it. He says clipping it. Fuck. See that now when I reread it, that's a statement of intent. Can't I just donate $3.5, but them gay bucks? I mean, you could donate $3 to $5.
You could do that.
Because you can do all the prep ahead of time, just deep fry them and decorate them, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Scooping these onto like a little baking sheet that I covered with parchment paper. You can make as many of these as you want. You'll just have to scale up the
Fun fact that asshole's not telling you here, if all the stuff you're working with is kept in the fridge ahead of time, it helps reduce melting, which makes working with ice cream as a medium way easier, but whatever. I mean, what do I know?
Coverings that we're gonna add
you
onto
mean?
this. This scoop, by the way, is like—
No, if you put it in the freezer, you're going to get frostburn on your hands. If you put the scoop in the freezer like this thing, these scoops, by the way, the scoop, like all of it, the scoop, the tray, all of it. These scoops are designed, they've got rice in the handle, and they're designed to sit in, not like boiling hot water, but hot water, like at a restaurant. They sit in a little cup that has like warm water, and every once in a while the girls come in, they wash off the scoop and they dump out the cup of water thing, and and it usually just sits there because the handle will retain heat. And so the idea is in the restaurants especially, the thing retains the heat, so you just scoop and it goes through really fast and easy.
Interesting.
magic.
I did
It's
not
a
know
zero.
that.
It's why I love it. Oh, dude, is he about to call it magic? It's not magic. It's been around since like the fucking, at least the one I have is like a family heirloom at this point. My parents had it and I stole it. I mean, steal is a hard word. I have it.
You'll just have to
Hello,
scale
Lexi.
up the coverings.
Dropping a
that we're
high
gonna
and a
add
light.
onto this.
Good to see
This
ya.
scoop,
Hey,
by the way,
Lexi.
is like
Can't
magic.
stay dropping
It's
it
a
for
Zerol, and I'll put a link in the shopping carousel for you. But it is like a melting ice cream wonder. These guys look a little small.
Again.
I'm actually gonna make them a bit bigger.
Again, that's because it's a melting ice cream wonder because it retains the heat and it goes into the end of it. It's what it's meant for. Me am wondering how to spend them Twitch bucks. Well, only a few accept it. Well, dude, if you have Twitch bucks on here, you just whatever. Like, we do bits and subs. I don't know what Twitch bucks are. I've never even heard of Twitch bucks, if I'm honest.
No idea.
YouTube clip. Oh, shit. Does she have a room, too? Who's she? Lexi, hey, how you doing? I want Lexi's just a friend of the show, a fan of the show. I don't think she does a stream. I wonder if he was an altar boy.
Scoop some up and then just plunk it down like that.
We still haven't
There we
gotten
go.
to the. You
Your ice
suck
cream
at
softens up
dropping ice
really quickly, which is why we're going to freeze it for 30 minutes before we go on to the next step. Fried ice cream is one of those dishes that's really popular at state fairs. They have everything amazing, like, oh, fried Oreos? Mwah. And you might think, oh, it's a dumb gimmick, but let me tell you, it's like an ice cream sundae, but even better. And yes, you could have 3 of these with some bananas for like an amazing fried banana split.
All right, are you trying to get people to turn fat? Are you a secret feeder? Jesus Christ. 3 of those fried ice cream balls and a banana on a sundae. All right.
Yeah.
Me Lutheran, so no altar. I have no idea. Scruffy, we know he loves bananas. Oh, Scruffy didn't even wait. I was like, oh no. With how we've talked about this guy, that didn't help.
Better, and yes, you could have 3 of these with some bananas for like an amazing fried banana split. You let me know if you try it out. Towards the end of your chill time, we're going to be cracking some eggs, but I only want the whites for this. The egg whites are the glue that'll hold our delicious...
Racist! Sorry.
cornflake-based coating on. You can save the yolks to make your omelet extra rich or to make some delicious caramel. 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Wait a minute.
Give that a quick mix.
I didn't know that. You use egg yolks in making caramel? I've never heard of that before.
I was a child when I was making caramel. I wasn't actually making the caramel. I was just putting it in
I've never really made caramel so much as I've melted down brown sugar and used it to caramelize things. So it's not really the same as making caramel.
Set that aside.
All
and
right.
now for
Screw
the
this.
actual coating, we're not gonna use flour or breadcrumbs. We're gonna use some delicious cornflakes. So you want about 2 cups. They need to be finely crushed. That can be however
gotta put
you
them
want.
back
It's
in
a
the
really fun
freezer?
project for kids with clean hands.
What's this?
To be rock hard.
All right. So now we've covered them. You want them to be rock hard, solid. Makes sense.
Okay.
He likes it rock hard.
Solid, just like if you were making a baked Alaska. You don't want to expose
Poor
soft
Abby.
ice cream to heat. In the freezer, and we'll be right back. I made a whole batch ahead of time so I don't have to wait for that deep freeze. Before I fry them up, I want everything ready because it happens so quick. Starting with a batch of fresh whipped
All right,
cream.
so we're gonna watch
Use
him
it out
make
of the
whipped
bottle
cream.
or can
Fuck
if you
off.
want to, but you know I love homemade whipped cream. A little bit of powder is so convenient for this. Tap it off so any excess oil recedes back into the pot. You're gonna pop that onto a plate. You're basically serving things up as you make them and dishing them out. So there's no presentation of everything all at once. Just add a nice drizzle of this chocolate
well,
sauce
Wild.
on
She's
here.
gotta
Oh my
bounce
gosh, it
early
looks
today,
so
too.
good.
Later,
You can
Wild.
make your
Good
own
one.
chocolate ganache like I love doing.
This is
or
taking so
use some
fucking
chocolate
long.
sauce
Just
from the
get to
store.
the-
I'm also gonna add
I
a
know.
nice dollop of whipped cream over
Jesus
right on top,
Christ.
which is the perfect fun. This is like an amazing dessert, and once you sink your spoon into there, you're gonna see why
Dude,
these are
it's
so popular.
pissing all
this is
over
one of
your
those
plate.
recipes that's like beyond easy and seems like it's a gimmick, but let me tell you, it is so good. Ice cream on
Or hear me out. Get a waffle cone, put the same toppings on there, and just don't shovel the shit in your face for a couple minutes. You'll have pretty much the same experience. Scruffy, dollop, never use that word. The ice cream is at the point of melting. You know that thing that nobody ever wants? Like, I want melty ice cream. He's us to cream on his face daily. Okay, Saint Caesar. Ancestors are crying, says Scruffy.
a point of melting, covered in the crunchiest cinnamon sugar crunch, topped with whipped cream and chocolate. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe, and if you like this video, check out my
Again, that's eat the cherry and you'll know yours will be filled. Okay. Alrighty. Well, so again, Sappy left us and Lexi left us while we did that bit. I'm blaming the ice cream. I'm blaming the ice cream and the guy who did it. Yeah, dude. I don't understand deep fried ice cream. It seems stupid. It's like you could just again get a waffle cone bowl thing and put a scoop of ice cream in there and all the toppings you want and just give it a few minutes to like soften up and kind of melt and you'll be in the same boat. I survived the plague and many wars only for Robert to be used as a human fleshlight. Why? Who's he?
I don't know what you're quoting.
Lab Glass saying, I use dollop. Oh no, I'm gay. I
use the word dollop.
We can't say that one thing leads to another. But there are certainly some similarities. I'm with Rabin. Who's Robert?
Yeah.
So was that guy's name Robert? I don't have his clip up anymore. I closed it.
His ancestors, apparently.
Oh, well, that's a shame. All right, so we have one like.
You're too scatterbrained. He's sober. I'm stoned. It's awesome.
Yeah. You two, you're all too scatterbrained. Yeah, dude. We can't blame it on. We can't blame it on substances for me. I mean, the best we could do is we could blame it on substance deficiency. Like Johnny's scatterbrained because he ain't had that weed and it's on his mind, which isn't true, but you know, that's the best bet. Oh, speaking of which, I do have the balls deep clip I have to go to.
Right.
I just like beautiful little balls. Oh dear Lord. Look, let me flip it over here. All right. And I'm going to take me and we're
Ruffy, don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat.
we're going to put me up here. Did he serve? I never served. I mean, he served the ice cream. I never served in the military. My brother did. He still is in. And at this point, countdown to him saying, I guess I'm going to Iran. I just like beautiful little balls. I like my balls around 2 inches circumference. Otherwise, they're too big to get in my mouth. I just like beautiful little balls. I like my balls around 2 inches circumference. Otherwise, they're too big to get in my mouth. I just like beautiful little balls. I like my balls around 2 inches circumference. The worst part is I saw my cursor on the screen from the clip and thought it was my actual cursor.
You tried to move it.
I was clicking, trying to stop them.
That's awesome.
So that's helping nobody, but I did that to myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Egg whites are the glue, just like our society. We're los federales. Disavow. Why ever give a woman a choice? Ask the woman what she wants for supper. I don't know, says Matthew Q. Look, I'm like, I get the joke. Like, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. But I'll be honest, like, there's plenty of times you ask me, like, hey, Johnny, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you want? Like, that's the kind of thing. Like, I've used plenty of people's lists of what they want to inspire me to decide what I'm hungry for, and then we just kind of settle. But I don't have an actual preference. Like, I prefer the red ones. They taste the best. I don't know what we're talking about. Balls deep. Very happy with that.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going off camera for a moment so I can pour a coffee.
Okay. She'll join us
I am
again in a
really
moment.
enjoying the fact that I can do a dab without having to go off camera. That's nice.
It is nice, and you can just pull up this little thing here, and then we have the other ones too. While you do that, we're going to start this story because I wanted to get through this quick.
Yep.
I've doing stuff locally. I'm always surprised when we hear about people being in the country illegally that get detained. You were telling me about an immigration story that had a lady who was told in November that, like, that's it, you're done, we're going to deport you. And then she came back a couple of, like, days or weeks ago with her kid and got deported. It's like, well, they told you they were going to.
2 kids.
Right? Whatever. This one, I want to see if we find out. And they buried that. It's
you had to read the entire article.
You had to read the entire article in like 9 paragraphs before they got to that. So I'm curious if there's a similar thing with this, and we're going to bury the lead on it. Right now, the way the story is reported is ICE agents detain Nashville reporter. A Nashville reporter who supposedly is like here on a tourist visa that has expired. They have filed for asylum, and they're in the process of getting a green card through their husband. So it really sounds like they're doing anything they can to lock down citizenship on this side of the line. They are supposedly being deported, and the claim is because the reporter did a story about ICE agents in Nashville, she's claiming that the ICE agency went after her specifically as a form of retaliation. Let's see if how much of that they cover in this. Righty, and bam.
Tonight, a Nashville journalist detained by immigration authorities.
In court documents, her attorney claims she was arrested without a warrant. News 2's Kelly Milan spoke with that attorney today.
All right, well,
and shared.
Thank God she's just one of these law-abiding citizens, Bob. It's really a shame when someone's arrested without a warrant, because that's not due process. That would be like, I don't know, entering a country without papers. Oops.
There's more.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Regresamos con más información.
A Nashville television reporter.
Oh, boy. All right. So we hired a lady as a news reporter for the Nashville. Like, dude, why are you speaking? What is this? You shouldn't be like that's. I don't know if you know this or not. English is the language in Nashville. So wait.
Yeah, we're going from English news.
So now we're on
to Spanish suddenly.
Yeah.
Like the English.
I'm guessing.
Going to understand Spanish?
I'm guessing it's a Spanish channel.
Spoke with that attorney today and shares more.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Regresamos con más información.
A Nashville television reporter now in immigration detention. Stephanie Rodriguez, who works for Nashville Noticias and Univision 42, was taken in.
Yup, Univision and Noticias. So it's a Spanish language channel. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I don't think ICE is watching the Univision channel to find like people speaking out badly. Like, no offense, I would expect the Univision channel and the Spanish-speaking channels to largely be anti-ICE just from a due process thing. Like, we're not for the government just going in and arresting folks, especially since a lot of those folks are of, Latin and let's just say, like, a lot of them are from Central America. So, like, they're not going to do it.
To custody by immigration agents March 4th. According to a statement from the outlet, Rodriguez was with her husband outside a gym on Murfreesboro Pike when several cars...
Dude, Alejandro Medina III is the guy she's getting the green card through? File that under I didn't expect it. Never mind. That seems way more legit then. I guess it was just a real marriage. I was expecting it to be like through Tom White or something like that. Like, yeah. But Alejandro Medina III. All right. And she was arrested with her husband while they were outside. Like, they didn't report into a place.
Oh, okay.
Surrounded their marked news vehicle. The station says several men then exited those cars and demanded Rodriguez be taken into custody. She was later transported to a detention center.
Up until now, she hasn't had a case with ICE charging her with anything.
Somebody just got disconnected from their Discord call.
Yeah.
I know that noise. Let's go back.
Charging her with anything, any part of DHS charging with a case with ICE.
Guys, when we do news interviews, can we make sure we have our audio sources well in control? This is sad.
Hasn't had a case with ICE charging.
Uh-oh. Look, she hasn't had a case with ICE, and that's the government. Oh, we just heard about fuck.
Her with anything.
The third, almost a dynasty.
Anything. She never had a case with the immigration courts.
Her attorneys have now filed an emergency federal petition.
Well, wait a minute. She never had a case with federal immigration courts, but she is overstaying her visa, right? But I'm on the field of like, but if she's applying for if she's seeking asylum. Or wait, am I convincing the seeking asylum with the one you were telling me earlier? I think she's seeking asylum, and I know she's pursuing a green card through her husband for this story. Wouldn't that nullify this then? Like, you're trying to become you're not technically a citizen, but you're not an illegal immigrant. Like, you're filing to be a citizen.
I don't know.
A judge to order her release. The lawsuit claims Rodriguez entered the United States legally, applied for asylum, and has been seeking a green card through...
All right. So she entered the United States legally in March of 2021 on a tourist visa. That's 6 months. You get 6 months on a tourist visa.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been here illegally for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
When did she file for... The visa was still valid. She filed for political asylum. So again, while the visa was still valid, like I said before, she filed for political asylum.
Yeah. So she's caught up in red tape.
It is, but I will say this, for someone, like, compared to the story earlier where it was so clearly like this lady is not the victim they're portraying her as, this one at least has the whole, like, there was no detention where they're like, hey, we're going to deport you. Like, the filing hasn't been done. Like, there's no
Well, there's a lot of story left. They might just be
her U.S. citizen husband. Her lawyer says she had
so
been
far,
following ICE instructions and was expected to report to the ICE office later this month. But according to her attorneys, when they checked with ICE about her case, they were told the charging documents were still being finalized.
Now, ICE has claimed that her failing to show up last Wednesday was a sign that she is a flight risk. But in this case...
Okay. The lady who's a television news anchor is a flight risk?
Yeah. That doesn't...
Too bad she's a looker, says St. Caesar. Don't care, deport, zero immigration, only re-migration. I said it before and I'll say it again. We had open borders for 4 years where just streams of people were coming in. So... Yeah. I'm against that, and eventually at some point you're going to have it's a Centricare thing. I will look at that later. That's about my medical appointment next week. I have a medical appointment next week. How exciting.
Yay.
I'm pretty sure she got pregnant while in the USA. So what now? A rescue baby? I don't know what you're talking about, Rabin. They don't do that anymore, though.
Trump stopped
birthright citizenship, so you can't come over here, and they're called anchor babies. But they don't do that anymore.
There was an ICE officer who 2 days before said, hey, that appointment does not exist.
Her attorneys now question why she was detained at all. The lawsuit also claims immigration agents arrested her without a warrant, a move her attorneys argue violates the Fourth Amendment. Now in detention, her attorneys say she will likely miss an important step in her green card process.
Well, again, this is one of those things where this is all well and good. I agree with, like, that's fucked up. She shouldn't miss a step in the process, all that. It's really weird to be like, look, the government did this without due process, without following the rules, without filling out the required paperwork, and they should be held accountable to it. Right. But what about the person who came here without doing that? Like, who came here and overstayed?
She came here on
like,
a
I'm sorry,
visa
overstaying your
every
tourist visa.
intention.
And I'm sorry, you came here under a tourist visa and then immediately applied for asylum. You wanted asylum. You just wanted to get here first. She's not here legally. She has no constitutional rights. That is the weird part about it. I don't
know what asylum means for you guys. I don't know how that works.
Asylum it's kind of the same way you guys have it, where it's like, I can't go back. I worry about threat of personal harm, injury, or whatever, reprisal from whatever, so I'm seeking asylum from that area. And fortunately, we've done so much fucking up the southern and middle America fucking parts of the continents there that's just like, the whole place is a shit show. You can pretty much throw a dart and say, look, it's too dangerous for me to live there, and we probably had a hand in making it that way. Like, it just... Well, a tourist visa costs at least $10. I don't know if that's true. She's not here legally. Constitutional rights are for citizens. I'm actually on that. Like, here's where, and I don't think Scruffy will agree with me on this, but here's where I'm like, no. Illegal immigrants should be here without constitutional rights. Like, if you're an illegal immigrant, you should have zero constitutional rights. Because you're not an American citizen. Constitutional rights are for citizens. So again, and people are like, that's treating people like second-class citizens and humans. Like, right. And it's to encourage people to come here legally. And then, like,
we want people who come here to follow our laws,
right? Like, I feel like we should be a lot more lax on the illegal immigrants. But you don't get a driver's license, you don't get an ID, you don't get all this stuff that you need for things to work in this country. Be like, well, then how are they supposed? They're not supposed to. That's the idea. The idea is we discourage them from doing it illegally and encourage them to come here legally as actual citizens in the process, as opposed to just being like, well, you can come here legally and we're going to deport. Like, no, you come here legally, you're going to have all these hurdles to jump through. And if you commit crimes as a way to do whatever the crimes are, we immediately deport you. People, well, that's not fair, because then you're screwing over families, and how are they going to feed their kids if they can't get a job? Like, right, it's almost like they shouldn't come here illegally. They should come here legally and then work their fucking ass off to their heart's content. Enjoy all of the fucking constitutional rights the rest of us have when they are a actual American citizen. America was the greatest when it was homogenous society with over 90% of European stock.
When everyone is willing to agree to the 10 commandments as your basic, the last 6 commandments as your basic frame of rule, it's really nice. But you've got people who are coming here with totally different worldviews. From birth, they've been taught something completely different, and we're expecting them to just want to come in and assimilate, and surprise, they haven't, and now we're in this mess.
Well, a lot of people agree with Scruffy and my super not hot take there with the thing that hands down best ice cream ahead is Black Raspberry. All right. Mr. Rusty asked what I want to eat. I grab her by the most of Canada, there isn't really a border. My aunt has a picture of sitting on a fence, one leg in each country. I've heard some other very rural spots. It's literally a washed up line in the sand.
We used to, I had a buddy who worked at the Peace Arch border, and we would drive up there and wait for him to get off work, and we would sit in the Peace Arch Park and play guitar and yell silly things like "fuck you, America," because it was like a ditch with like a bit of a creek, like just a little trickle of water, and then the other side was America. It was literally all we had to do was just hop that little. So yeah, we would sit there and get drunk and play guitar and sing songs.
Cool.
And then our border patrol buddy would drive us home.
Amendments should only apply to legal citizens, says Historically White. I kind of agree to that. I guess I have to read all the amendments. I'm worried I might be glossing over one that should be like very important. I don't know. I'm on the side of if she hasn't committed any of the crimes beside the bullshit red tape hoops, let her stay, but send too small. Yeah, but that's because you have a personal dislike for those groups of people. I don't think it works that way. You could be like, never mind, she seems harmless. Let her stay and get rid of 2 other people I don't like. I don't think. And again, the worst part is the other groups of people you listed, they don't come here illegally. And when they claim asylum, it gets granted super duper quick.
The one meeting she might actually miss is she's supposed to go do, her fingerprints for USCIS for her green card application on the 17th of this month. And, can't really get that.
Well, no offense, but
I don't know. I'm kind of on this lady's side, the reporter lady who got detained that we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
I'm on her side. She's doing everything the right way, as right as she can do it. So yeah, there's no reason to be scooping her up. She's obviously not a flight risk. She's obviously, unless she's got a whole bunch of crimes on a rap sheet that no one knows about.
I was waiting for that shoe to drop, but it hasn't. So yeah, I'm kind of on that fence. But here's my other question. Like, and this is more of a criticism of the government. So wait a minute, you have her in a detention facility, but you can't get her fingerprints? She has to do her fingerprints for her green card application. Just take the ones they took when they detained her. Did they not take her fingerprints then? Yup, it's just in the border in Minnesota is just a clearing cut through the trees. There's no fence or nothing. So I can just walk into Canada. Sweet.
Oh, totally. New York, there's a few different routes that you can just, like a footpath, and you can just walk.
I just need one I can get me and my U-Haul through with.
There if you're in detention.
In a statement, the Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition says in part, it's not lost on us that as a reporter, as Stephanie honestly and courageously told real stories about the harms caused by ICE and the people they targeted and detained.
Right, but did she just do that, or did she do, again, this is one of those where we're going after her for this, and I'm like, okay. This is where I get upset with this stuff. Like, she, the people ICE targeted and detained. Right, and I'm sure all of that's happening. I'm sure there are people like this lady ICE has targeted and detained that has been very not helpful for, and they maybe weren't the worst people, like Rusty Grammer said. She seems like she's contributing more to society. But we have, and this is the part that's disingenuous about the news, we have way too many people that ICE has targeted and detained that are R-wording kids, that are committing crimes, and we can't get rid of those either. And that's where I get stuck. I'm sick of the people that are like, it's all bad, ICE shouldn't arrest anybody, or it's all good, every single one of them's a criminal, deport them all. Like, I'm like, no, it's a little more gray area than that in the middle, where there are some people where it's like, yeah, they're kind of here, a little hinky, but maybe they're jumping through all the hoops as best they can. But I'm like, I'm fine with us working with those people so long as we get the ones that are running gangs, controlling apartment complexes in Colorado, or driving semis that they have no business driving, getting into multiple accidents.
Yeah. Scruffy was saying she shouldn't have had a job in the first place, and that's where I agree. She's here on a visitor's visa, on a tourist visa, and then she claims asylum right away. That's all fine and good, but she shouldn't be. How is she getting a job? She needs all sorts of ID, or she should need all sorts of IDs and stuff.
She got a worker's visa permit
and rent
again. She got
but she didn't. She came on a tourist visa.
They just did it in the
She
story.
was never
they
allowed
just did it
to
in the
work
story.
here.
She has a permit to
never.
work. She got permission to work through the government. She has a permit to work.
Okay.
The same way as the whatever Danish or Eastern European whatever cop guy.
Yeah.
Like, he had a
I
permit to
remember,
work,
yeah.
but he was here illegally. Same thing.
Yeah.
Scruffy saying, no, it's really not. If you're here illegally, it's a crime, and you can't jump the line. There's no line, though.
Right.
It's not like there's a line for people processing for this stuff. What I'm saying is overall, I realize we live in a democracy. I can't get all that I want. And there are plenty of people that I have met and I know of in my own personal life where it's like, if you were to tell me that person wasn't a legal citizen, I'd be a little surprised. But if you were to say to me, but they've never hurt anybody and they've never harmed anything, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes total sense. And if they're going through the process and trying to be a legal citizen, I can work with that. That person isn't necessarily a problem. My problem is we have so many people that don't do that, and it's just, again, one or the other. Goddamn right. You tell her, Johnny. Tell who? Up, wrong screen.
Rodriguez is expected to have a hearing March 21st. Her attorneys say a bond motion is likely to follow. Until then, she's being held at a detention center in Louisiana. We reached out to Homeland Security for more.
I've made the same point, St. RN, but go commit a crime and see if the judge lets it slide because of that. I don't give a fucking shit about any illegals. That's fine. We have Americans struggling. I absolutely agree. But what I'm saying is, with how many people want to, again, not kick out any of them and not allow ICE to arrest anybody because ICE is evil. ICE is evil because its name is ICE, and that's the end of it, like point and cut. Like, I'm like, I want to reach the middle ground where we can at least get rid of the fucking criminals. The rest of the world can go fuck themselves. I mean, it's a great sentiment you have there, but good luck with it. Like, hear me out. We got a lot of lumber from Canada. Some of those truck drivers are a little shady. Might smuggle you back into Canada after they drop off the lumber. Yeah, but have you ever seen a lumber truck? It's just a flatbed with those giant metal things that keep the logs in place.
Sleepers. They've got sleepers.
All right, now I gotta trust some Canadian truck driver not to touch me while I'm sleeping. I'm not okay with this.
Once you get up in that sleeper, you're not going to be able to get out without help.
The idiots who want to abolish ICE are liberals who need their slave class who votes blue. Some of them are just liberal people. Some of them, I can literally tell you, some of them are just people who have relatives and friends and family that are of a descent that they could get deported, and if they're not legal citizens, they're worried about that. It's not about voting. Again, ICE is busy at the gay bar. Oh, my jokes are getting buried. I'm sorry. If she has a broom, she's a flight risk. Oh. Rusty Grammar with $1. See Labby's joke, damn it. Thank you for the $1. I did see Labby's joke.
Thank you.
I did see Labby's joke. I gotta do this. There we go. Fair point. I do have a racial bias, rightly earned from an entire life experiences. Yeah, but I'm just saying, again, that's why you're aiming hey, this lady can stay, but I want these two out. And I'm just saying it doesn't work. It's not like a game of Go Fish where you could be and Somalians go fish, and you got to go grab two more. No, that's not how it works. I understand where you want it to be that way, but... Again, who cares about people's families who are here illegally? If you break into someone's house, yeah, but they're not breaking into your house. It's like I said, who cares if they're here illegally? Apparently, the government isn't going to do a whole bunch about it. And if that's how you feel, take who was its tact to take matters into your own hands? St. Aaron's, they're breaking the law, so clearly you can break the law too. Then, see how well that gets you. He will let you sin on his knee. Johnny, while he will let you sit on his knee while he takes the back road. Who? Oh, the truck driver? Yeah, no.
The truck driver, yeah.
No, that's okay. I'd rather just, I'd rather just get a passport and do it the right way. The government steals that money from me through taxes.
Well, and see, that's the thing. If we stopped all the illegal,
you know what you should do?
Stopped all the people who are scamming and frauding, then these people who come in on a tourist visa and claim asylum wouldn't get lost in the shuffle. They'd actually, because she's doing it the right way. It sounds like she's doing it the right way. She's been above board and honest with everyone the whole way along, and they still managed to scoop her up because of bureaucracy crap. But at the end of the day, if we get rid of all the illegal immigrants and the ones that are committing crimes, that would take such a pressure off the system that people who are doing it the right way wouldn't get scooped up in a mess.
I understand the sentiment of taxes theft, but I don't get this. So why has nobody done anything with these thieves? Like, these thieves are allowed to steal the money. People, taxes theft, and like Rusty or Scruffy just said, that they come here and they take government funds. The government steals that money from me through taxes. So why don't you just go, vigilante justice these thieves? Oh, you can't. That's right. I don't agree with the government taxing you because you don't okay it and whatever, all that stuff. But I feel like it's weird to say it's theft because you can't opt out of the country. It's just a weird thing. And it's one of those weird ones. The government steals that money from me through taxes, but you're going to pay taxes. So what are you going to do? I am one person and the government has a monopoly on violence. Right, but then you can't really say it's theft because you're agreeing to put up with it because you're like, well, I can't fight back. So that's extortion more than theft, really.
Rights have been given up over decades. Our rights have been given up in favor of supposed safety and security from daddy government.
Matthew Q says, doesn't sound like that to me. She was here for 4 years. It doesn't take that long. Yeah, that is another question. I don't know enough. I've never had to file.
She was here for 4 years, and then
she came in 2021.
For 4 years.
She came in 2021
she gets lost in the shuffle.
Well,
there's a whole bunch of people coming.
Yeah, but that no offense. I just kind of said to Scruffy, there is no line. We're all here. If she's been here for 4 years, she's had the time. Putting your paperwork in won't get slowed down because a bunch of other people came in and put it in paperwork. The people behind you will take longer to get to, but not you. You're in front of them technically, literally just because you filed the paperwork first. So let's look up how long a American tourist visa. How long is an American tourist visa? How long is a American?
Scruffy and Rusty agree. Taxes should be consensual, no income, and especially no property tax. Only sales tax. That way it's a choice, not forced.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Yeah. But again, watch what the government does when you say that's how we're going to do it. That is, again, something else. Yeah. That is something else as an adult. If anything has ever given me an urge to just get a freaking, just to want to see people punished, politicians punished for the whole property tax thing. You buy a property and the sale is taxed. And I keep paying taxes on the property every effing month. Again and again and again. And if the county decides that the property's worth more, then the property taxes go up. No. It should be taxed once. Now it's fucking mine. After you're done paying your home loans, you can lose your home because you're not paying your property taxes. And that's, again, there shouldn't be any property taxes. I bought the place.
Bought the property.
It's mine. The tax should be baked into it one time, and we pay it out over the course of the loan. And if the government can't make that amount of money work, maybe they should stop fucking spending shit. Who is doing the paperwork? Shaniqua? The government is known for being efficient and speedy.
We're talking about you guys.
No, it isn't. The government is not known for being efficient and speedy. Oh, dear Lord. What? This can't be right. USA tourist visas, B1/B2, are typically valid for up to 10 years, allowing for multiple entries and stays up to 6 months per visit.
Okay, up to 6 months per visit.
If this dumb chick would take a freaking week off and go home to visit the folks, or just step inside the line and stay on the southern side of Texas, whatever you want to call it, she could just come back. You just can't be here for more than 6 months, depending on the nationality and consulate discretion. The visa expiration date indicates when you can use it to enter the U.S. and when the actual authorization stay is determined by Customs and Border Protection. Up to 10 years. All right,
Well, like I said, my visa would allow me to come and stay with you for 6 months less a day, and then I'd have to go and couch surf for a week back home, and then I could come back again.
Fuck it.
And I'm just on a tourist visa.
Screw it. I'll just.
I'm not trying to work.
I'm already beating down the door of anyone that can help me get a fucking apartment out of this place. We'll just set that up. You can just move in. Screw it. And then we'll just fucking keep doing this huck for money bullshit show and save up money, and we'll just move to Canada after she turns 18. Because I don't really give a shit where I live anymore. I got whatever. It's not worth it. Authorization I-94. That's a road. The actual duration of your stay is determined by a CPB officer at the port of entry and recorded on your I-94 form. So citizens of a certain country can enter without a visa for up to 90 days using an ESTA, which is a visa waiver program, which is valid for 2 years. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this and they're like, how is she not all set with this? Like, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 10 years.
I mean, she's claiming asylum, so of course she can't go back to her home country. But yeah, you're right. She could totally bop over to Canada. Well, no, she wouldn't be able to bop over here without a valid visa.
Yeah, Matthew Q said just drive up to Canada, take a week's vacation, and drive back. Fuck it. If that's
well,
really
for us, yeah. At that point, it's
just pop off and visit
you
your
know.
folks for like a week and a half, and then by the time you're back, you've been gone for 2 weeks. Fuck it. Another 6 months.
Yeah.
Screw it. And then we can get you a tourist visa that's good for, 10
I've already
years.
got a tourist visa.
Oh, well then, yeah.
That's the visa that I was getting. That's
I
a
thought you were
tourist
your
visa.
passport. I thought you just got your passport.
That's my passport. What's the difference?
Like a tourist visa gives you permission to be in the country for well, it really won't matter because like you're
Isn't that
gonna
what
come
the
here.
passport
You're
does?
gonna
You guys mark it.
I don't like you're asking the wrong person because I've literally barely traveled outside of this state. Like I've lived in the
Yeah, I know.
Midwest
I've-
my whole life. So we might want to
Yeah.
double check that before you buy a plane ticket. I know you don't fly, I'm just saying. Anyways, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how that works. But either way, like they're apparently good for 10 years. And I
Yeah.
mean, you don't even need it to be good for 10 years. You need it to be good for 6 months because like you'll be over here, and unless shit goes tits up in the first couple weeks, we'll just get hitched anyway, so fuck it. Get a green card. And if it gets screwy, they'll deport you to Canada? We'll figure it out. Iran makes a new supreme leader and digs in. Yeah, I don't want to bother coloring that. Iran is totally fucked. They appointed Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khomeini, to succeed his late father as Iran's supreme leader. So the war will continue.
Okay, no, I should be good. I just checked on the thing in visa. My passport counts.
Right? Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
We got 45 minutes left in the show. Fuck it. Do it live. All right, so I've got this video.
Just did. Yeah, they brought in his son, who's even more of a hardliner than
the dad?
he is.
That is
Yeah.
the weird trend of this day and age where it's like, you thought the dad was an evil piece of shit. It'd be like
George Soros.
Be like, yeah,
His
the
son
George
is,
Soros,
like
his son.
evil.
Yeah.
To the nth
It'd be
degree.
like it'd be like if you thought Hitler was a piece of shit, Adolf Jr. This guy wants to kill anyone that thinks kindly of Jews. Like, whoa.
It is very, very strange.
It is strange. But yes, so I would very much say that that he's not going to help end the war at all. I feel like more of a hardliner, more of a radical or whatever they're calling them. Just more of his dad.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, we're not ending a war anytime soon.
More Iranians who do not want the Islamic regime are going to be murdered in the streets and dragged from their homes and places of work. And yeah.
Matthew Q with an idea for you. Just get a VPN and a picture of the back of Digger's apartment. She streams off the VPN and pretends to be back at home for a week. Good to go. Well, one, you're going to have people, you're going to have people collecting like mail for you. You're going to have a Canadian like residence of contact for all of the stuff you have for your province and shit. So you're going to have that. You're going to have to go somewhere. I mean, I appreciate the idea, but
I would change my address. I would have to change my address to like my parents or something. You know?
And I feel like you're putting too many people, including them, at risk to pull off a scam that's just as easily survivable with you just go home for a week.
Yeah, but then I'm paying rent here.
No, you don't
6
rent.
months.
No, I'm not talking about you having rent. I'm talking about you just going home in terms of Canada as home, as a broad spectrum home.
Yeah, but no, I need BC.
Yeah, your parents' house.
Yeah. Well, you just said don't do that. Don't pull them in on it.
No, I was saying don't pull them in on it and then scam the government with a VPN and a fake background. I was saying taking Mr.
I
Q's
wouldn't
idea.
have to do that.
Right. And that's what I was saying. I was saying you rope in your parents because that's your address and everything else. It's not worth the risk to them to pull the tee-hee-hee, I'm back in Canada when it's just a VPN and a fake background.
Right.
When you could just as easily be above board and nobody gets in trouble.
Right.
So we're on, like, we're aggressively agreeing here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you're, I'm not sure.
You misinterpreted what I meant as don't rope your parents into it, don't get their help, have your own place. And I was saying don't rope your parents into it and then lie to the government with a VPN and a fake background. Again, over what is quintessentially a week and a half, and it's not like you don't like hanging out with your folks anyway. What are you avoiding?
Yeah.
So, fuck, schedule it
I'd
at the right
actually
time.
see them more
and it's
often
their
if I did that.
So what you're saying is your folks will like me. That's all I'm hearing. They log you through customs. They will know if you leave or not, says Brian. Yeah, so I feel like the VPN, Mr. Q, you know what? I appreciate the idea, Mr. Q. You've learned some new words like VPN, but the internet is, again, one of those things, as far as you're concerned, it's magic through tubes. Don't worry.
And Brian the Science, I already looked into that. He's asking if I do this tourist thing, do I get to keep my disability? Again, it's okay as long as I spend at least a week in every 6 months. I have to spend a week in Canada, and it won't affect my disability. I already looked into this right at the beginning. Me going there was the main plan. It's just a matter of me having somewhere to go there to. There is nowhere for me
let's be clear. All right, you're putting a lot on me, which I deserve a fair amount of the piece of shit accusation here. Because I have been fighting to get this ball uphill, and I've definitely procrastinated out the gate because of a variety of reasons. But let's just be clear: if I had a place tomorrow for you to go to, you still wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't have the money. No, I had to spend a chunk of it for cat food.
And again, I feel like, and maybe this is just me and I'm overreacting, probably the case. I just feel like it's a little pointed when it's like that was the plan. We were going to go there, but we have to have a place for me to go to. And it's like, right. That is one of the linchpins. Right. You had the money. Great. But you never.
If you had a place for me to land, it would have.
Well,
the money
dude, back
goes
then,
because life
if
happens.
I had a place for you to land, you wanted me to have a place for you to help me. You wanted to come help me pack and move. Like if I was already in a place.
Come and visit and help you move into a place. That was the original plan.
Yeah, but that plan fell through on your own. That plan did not fall through. That whole vacation plan fell through on its own. It did not fall through just because I didn't have a place. You had like a world tour thing, and that whole thing just fell through.
Oh no, the whole.
Because as you were trying to set it up, the money depreciated until you just couldn't do it anymore.
Right. Because life happened. Yes.
Right.
Because it took for fucking ever to get the passport, for example, and yeah.
And so I'm saying what we're at now is a stalemate where the race is on.
Right.
Who gets to the victory line first? Johnny has an apartment, or you have the money to come stay and visit. Which is going to happen first? Look, odds are favoring you.
We're both on disability.
Yeah, that's why the odds are favoring you. There's a better chance that you'll save up money before we can find somewhere to live. But I'm still working on it. Like I have caseworkers and shit. Mommy, daddy, stop fighting. A passport is just an international ID. VPNs don't escape geo-tracking.
Right.
Or geofencing.
I wasn't really even thinking about the VPN.
No, like I said, it was just.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, on our last Canada story, this is video of a man on a train who was stopped by Canadian immigration officers.
Canadian immigration officers? I
guess so. I don't know, some sort of
on a train.
I don't know, but either way, they're harassing a guy for paying the fine. Now, what you're going to want to pay attention to, I think, is this guy here, because he's the guy situated behind these two people, and they're talking to. You can't see it from the phone, but they're talking to a white guy here. And, well, they want to talk to him about a very serious crime of not paying the fare for the bus, And, well, you know what? We'll just leave it at that.
I just feel like I'm being singled out here. You're not doing anything about the guy in the back that hasn't provided proof of payment.
Towards you.
I didn't even notice you. Okay.
When I was walking towards you, that was when you got up and tapped your card.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Not immigration. Female immigrant officers. That's what it was.
Immigrant officers. What? Where are we? I've never heard of an immigrant officer. Are you sure they're not
police officers who are immigrants in Toronto? We're in Toronto. Police officers who are immigrants. That's why I said not immigration officers.
They're the immigrants.
They're the immigrants. Immigrant officer, if you couldn't tell from her accent.
About the guy in the back that hasn't provided proof of payment.
Towards you.
I didn't even notice you. Okay.
When I was walking towards you, that was when you got up and tapped your card.
You think
and
it's
you
funny?
Clearly...
That's very much like I'm not trying to be mean. That's the way my doctor speaks to me. And she looks about the same. Like that's when I would do this, and that's when this like that. Yeah. So I don't know where she's from, but either way.
Said to me, and you clearly said to me,
"That's not professional."
You forget to boarded at Joe's, and I said you did not board.
I did pay my fare,
and that is the reason I
was inspected. You were provided proof of payment. Now you're trying to push a false narrative.
Now you're, dude, good luck arguing with the cops. But yes, now you're trying to push a false narrative. I want to get back to this guy. I hate this clip.
Yeah, and you're not unreasonable. Okay. As soon as I get on, you just single me out for no reason.
No, we checked.
Nothing reasonable about you.
Everyone. Yes, and then you're just trying to create a scene.
No,
we tapped.
You're creating a scene by pushing a false narrative. All right, see you in court.
Yeah.
Be reasonable. They're holding a streetcar just for you. And you're smoking fucking crack and meth back here.
Move the fuck away from me, dude.
Move the fuck away from me, dude. Well, I mean, you know, smoking crack and meth. When did we see him smoking the crack? Tap every time you pay. Total payable amount due eligible. Yeah, I fucking hated that.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Okay, well, I didn't actually see him smoke. We were promised that they would. While a black man smokes crack in the back of the bus, I didn't see him smoke crack. I'm sorry, but that lied to me.
Yeah.
I did not see a black man smoke. We heard allegations by this guy who's very quick to say, I didn't do this. They're holding a streetcar just for you, and you're smoking fucking crack in the back and meth back here. Again, we didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't see that. Los Federales, it's the irony is that it's harder for Digger to live in the States than for an illegal. Exactly. And vice versa. It's harder to get Johnny into Canada to live in Canada than it is for our refugees. Because what's your guys is illegal is our refugee, and they suddenly get a whole bunch more rights.
If I take some melanin injections and put a red dot on my forehead with a felt pen, it might work better.
Maybe.
We have a bunch of camel jockeys as transportation. Jesus.
Yeah.
Saying
everyone
Caesar,
in Toronto's
no more Canada talk for a month, please. I'm starting to develop a Canadian accent. Not cool. I severely doubt it. Because I don't know if you've known this or not. Most of the people in the video clips we played today did not have a Canadian accent. Johnny, do you have any Canadian ancestors? No, my parents are. My dad's Polish Lithuanian, and his mom's like his grandparents were like off the boat. So we know that's not a thing. And then my mom is adopted. So I have ancestors all over the globe. I am at least 1% Japanese, though I feel like the amount of ramen I've eaten has probably contributed to a higher score.
Yeah, I've seen your score up a bit.
I've seen that crackhead on the streetcar before. He's always on the 504 King Street car. That, you know what? Like, that's funny, but it's even funnier if true. Canada is going to get a bunch of new fancy Cuban people. So, Cuban, or I thought you guys were importing from India.
60 million Indians.
We might get a bunch of new. We might get a bunch of new Cuban people.
Yeah, you guys are
we're talking about
some Cubans,
like taking on some Cuba. So we'll see how that goes.
Abby says he can confirm he smokes crack on the.
I can confirm he smokes crack.
Train.
All right. Well, Los Federales. Well, with him saying it, then you know it's true. I was reading an article today saying anyone with Canadian ancestors could apply for Canadian citizenship. So me having French Canadian ancestors, I could apply if I wanted to. Right? But how hard are they checking on the ancestors thing? Can I just say I have Canadian ancestors? My dad knew a French Canadian and played a lot of hockey with a lot of Canadians when he was on the East Coast. And so I'm kind of like osmosis Canadian. Does that work? He always hangs around the financial district. St. Caesar in England, these fish and chips are good, eh? How boot that? You need documentation. Shit. The one part always holding me up. All right. I think I've mentioned it on this show before. I know you are. I'm a fan of JD Delay on YouTube. I enjoy watching his content. I don't know anything about the inner workings of prisons, jails, and the life and community of a federal penitentiary. So I trust sources like him who say they who have been in those things and say that's how it works. Right. And I have to trust that they're not lying to me because that's the best I've got. Well, anyway, so because of that, I watch JD DLA a lot on my own private time, my own personal time. I don't put him on the show or anything. I don't really think usually there's a reason to. But he has an update for us on Rosie O'Donnell. So I figured as opposed to reading it anywhere or anything else, I'd let JD break down how it's going for Rosie O'Donnell. So let's check up with our girl Rosie and boom.
Butthurt and rage quit America because Donald Trump got elected as president, and then she moved over to Ireland. Well, yeah, now she's chimping out because her daughter doesn't like Ireland either. See, they moved to Ireland to get away from MAGA.
Can you say that and not get in trouble? I guess
yeah,
you
because
can.
they're white.
Chimping out?
Yeah, they're white. It's okay. I mean, I'm a snow monkey. Or a Mayo monkey. Either term is good. I prefer Mayo monkey, honestly, but
just feels like one of those where that would be thing. You'd surprised that would escape.
He's in jail. He can say whatever he wants.
Well, as someone who's been to a federal penitentiary multiple times, I would feel like he would be aware how much he can't say whatever he wants because they can lock you up for that shit. If Johnny is talking about his neurologist, I know exactly who she is. My wife had her. Say this. No, I'm not talking about a neurologist. I'm talking about my family doctor. I don't know who my neurologist is yet. I find that out next week. They're going to hate me. Snow Mexican, that's what we call Canadians. Jesus, Scruffy. Matthew Q says we're taking it back. Well, he apparently is.
But then they ended up meeting MIGA. That's right. Make Ireland great again. In fact, just a few days ago, they were having a big...
Look, MAGA's great. I'm going to say MAGA's great. I'm going to say this right now. MIGA, I might want to go get a green hat.
Awesome.
I might want to see if I can order a green hat. Not because I'm super duper behind the movement. Doesn't really matter to me one way or another. Best of luck to Ireland. But just because I'm be like, ma MIGA. MIGA, please.
I know I'm a Mayo monkey.
Make Ireland great again protest over there, so I'm sure they're not super happy about their move. Imagine moving your whole life from one continent to another because you're triggered out by red hats, and all of a sudden, now you're triggered out by green ones too. Yeah, this is over there in Ireland too. Look, the reality is, no matter where you go, you're not going to be able to outrun people that you disagree with politically. You're going to find that everywhere. And if you would abandon your homeland just because your party lost a democratic election, I'm just gonna assume that your heart pumps purple puppy piss. I'm here for the duration, bitch. America is my home country, and I'm not leaving. I'm not mad that she did, though. Don't get that twisted. Y'all remember...
See, that's one of those where...
she did.
That's one of those where people are like, yeah, where's your patriotism if you're willing to leave your country? It's like, here's my thing. Like, I don't agree with her reasons for leaving, like, at the drop of a hat. Like, my political party didn't win, so I'm leaving. Where I get, like I've lost... I used to, like... And not even a year ago, I used to have a lot more faith in my country. And then over the last year, it's been a, like, consecutive series of eye-opening events where I go, oh, God, I'm learning more and more now. And I'm starting to think the country I believed in and I had all this faith in didn't exist at all. Like, I used to think it mostly existed, just not the way I thought it was. A couple things are different, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Now I'm just like, yeah, no. Like, I was raised believing JFK was shot by some guy on a grassy knoll and Nixon was a dick and Ronald Reagan was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And oh my God, didn't Bill Clinton just make the world a better place for us? And then as I grew up as an adult, I found out, no, JFK was taken out by people, let's just say, in certain hats. And Nixon was set up by people and set to be taken down because he was too popular. Again, probably the certain hats. And then you know, Bill Clinton just did a lot of great stuff for people in certain hats. And I'm kind of like, oh, so what's America? We only have two choices. They both suck. We vote for which sucks less. It's just one of these things where I don't want to be I don't want to be a violent person, but I've like legit, like I was saying this kind of about your country too. Like, unless people are going to like buck up and tell the government to eat a dick and like, I mean, literally like at the barrel of a gun, be like, I'm not paying taxes. I'm not supporting your shit. You're not doing this anymore. But the system, the police officers, the military, all that are built to like, well, then they're going to come get you. And I know from COVID and everything else that they're not going to like turn up and stand for the people. Cops in the military en masse aren't going to be like, guys, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong. So fuck what this pedophile who pays the bills says. I'm not going in there. Like, yeah, good luck with that.
I don't know.
Make Gallows great again. Yeah, but that's never going to happen. Like, that's my point. We don't have enough people to push that thing to make it logistically, realistically happen.
Yeah.
There are people that would cut that, like, that would try to push that line and like, hey, we're taking our country back. We're holding you guys to account, and like we're rounding you up. And you're like, again, like in my opinion, you'd have to go and round up government leaders, hold them in cells, and hold them accountable. And I mean Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Biden, Clinton, Bush Sr., Bush Jr., every one of them still alive. And then all of the congressmen and everything. And you'd have to do that. But we've built such an interesting team politics divisiveness, whatever, team politics setup in this country that like you'll have people fighting to defend their team solely because they're on the team. It doesn't matter what they did or didn't do. But I'm a Democrat, so I fight defend Democrat. Like, or I'm Republican, I fight defend Republican. Right now with the MAGA, I'm Trump, I fight defend Trump. We're starting to see MAGA. It's like, hey, no, we believed in Make America Great Again, and this guy doesn't seem to be doing that. But like
now he's not doing it. Yeah.
There's still hope, says Mr. Q. Yep, Clinton ruined cigars for me, says St. Aaron. Make Gallows great again. Do it. I don't. St. Caesar, I would agree with that, but I'm not putting that up there just because it's whatever. It blocked it for obvious reasons. I'm America first. I am too, and that's why I didn't vote for Donald, but that's why I supported the idea of Donald Trump. I wanted an America first. Like, I liked the idea. I liked everything I heard about we're not doing war. But again, like, of the things I supported Donald Trump for doing in office, the only one that I have that I can say I've seen any legit movement on is immigration. I didn't have any, like, I'm a piece of shit. I didn't have any skin in the January 6th game, so I wasn't super worried about whether or not the people on January 6th got pardoned. It didn't affect me one way or the other. But like, all right, so let's say you want to count that just for shits and giggles. He pardoned the people on January 6th, and he cracked down on immigration. Everything else that we were hoping for, Doge, no new wars, like focusing on America, lowering costs, getting the economy back, all that stuff. None of it's actually happened. We've done some stuff, and there's a lot of convenient. Well, he doesn't have control. It's like, right, but bitch, you ran on a promise of this, so it does. Like that, I don't want to hear he doesn't have control of Congress and Congress. Then you should have said like, well, and you gotta like again. Where is Mr. Angry Tweets with these Congress people are working against the needs and the will of the American people? We were brought to make America great again. Whatever. Like, he's not saying, who do you think is flooding Europe with them? Yeah.
Yes.
In his 80s, he's in his 80s, so I doubt he cares about himself, but not his family or legacy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, like, I don't think he's doing what he's doing right now specifically for himself, but he ran on the idea of like, we're going to make America great again, and that part didn't happen. And now when these stuff like the Epstein stuff comes out on like the latest files, if those end up proving true, like I'm hearing the reports of, which I have to look into after the show. So So he was just in the game.
So then
it's one of those things where it's like we let somebody, again, the same thing with Canada. We let somebody outside the game just join the game, and they tried to take a shot at him once. That was the thing that really made me feel like, oh, he's outside the system. The system tried to take him down.
Well, and it's like, yeah.
But now I ask myself, wait a minute. So they just made the one attempt, and since that got botched, they just didn't try again?
Oh, no, there were multiple attempts since then.
Not realistically. Like, there's one attempt where a shot was fired and it grazed his ear. Then there's time after we caught someone who was planning to. Like, we caught the guy on the golf course and that kind of stuff. And, like, we've caught people with intent of. But I mean, like, legit, let's say the military-industrial complex, for lack of a better term, were the people responsible for the shot that missed. You're saying that they didn't make another attempt at any point in time? These other ones the other ones that happened were comically bad by comparison. So
okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I just feel like if he was a legit outsider, they wouldn't have let him in. Like,
yeah.
And then on top of that, then people like you are the first people to tell me, well, you realize, like, he first got his business started with a hefty loan from the Rothschilds. And it's just, again, the more I look into, because I grew up most of my life not liking Donald Trump and thinking he was a piece of shit. So I didn't look into his life and his history and his past like super duper early. I was going off of the stuff I saw happen right in front of my face. As a young kid, I felt it was very, very bullshit for someone to file bankruptcy as a business and leave people who have invested in that business out to dry, but have a house worth millions of dollars. Like, I feel like at a certain point, your wealth should be taken to reimburse your investors. Maybe they don't get everything, and it's not like you owe a debt, but the idea of like, no, I built these failing businesses and I set this stuff up and then I just walked out and let the whole place burn down with the investors holding the bag. Yeah, you don't get to live in a mansion now. Like, but whatever.
I didn't know any of that. All I knew about Trump was his occasional cameos in movies or TV. All I knew.
No more men and women's sports. Small win, but a win. That's not
only if they pass that.
Only if they pass that law.
Passed it yet,
that law hasn't. No, it hasn't. That law hasn't been passed yet. Donald Trump said he's not signing anything until this budget thing is, which that is in. Small win, but a win. Not really.
It's not a win.
And sacrificing those kind of small wins while selling yourself down the river is exactly how we'll all get fucked over. Tinfoil hat. Maybe Trump is playing the long game. He attacks Iran. I'll finish reading this. He attacks Iran and frees it. Iran becomes an ally, raises business trade between us, Iran, Israel, and boost all three economies.
Well, that
Here's
is
why I'm doubting
one of the goals in this all, I'm sure. It's to take away the oil from China, and China. It's a lot of their oil from, and suddenly their two sources main sources of oil.
I'm just tired of tinfoil hat. Trump's playing the long game, like Doge. Trump's playing the long game, right? But we're not implementing any of that. Like the long game. I don't care about Trump playing the long game. I care about Trump's political promises. And according to Trump's political promises, we were supposed to be knocked onto our ass with how fast we came back as America once he got in office. And all I'm saying is, from the day he was elected to now, things are worse, not better. Certain areas have improved, but I don't want to take the worse over. Well, we got that. I kind of like watching Iran destroy Jewish cities, let them deplete their stockpile. I don't care about Iran and Israel. Let them beat the shit out of each other. I thought we elected a president that was of the opinion that we weren't going to be other countries' freaking bagmen and police force. Like, all right. Trump is playing 4D chess. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like anyone who says that is just a tard. Trump is playing 4D chess.
I can't tell.
Spell chess, idiot. Yeah. Like, fucking Jesus. Johnny Israel owns our Congress with blackmail. That's what the entire Epstein shit is about. Right. And I'm saying, I thought Donald Trump was supposed to be outside of all that. We're finding out not only is he not, but he's been ball-licking Israel left, right, and sideways. Look, if Congress was pushing us to go to war and he was fighting it, you'd have something to... I'm saying he's, again, the guy that made a bunch of promises, delivered on none of them, Don't promise me the world's fastest recovery. It's going to make your head snap back. It's so fast. And we have, again, over a year in, zero recovery. I've been one of the people being like, we've only had this president in for a year, but I'm sorry. We've had zero recovery. We've got plenty of people at the top betting against the tariffs and making money and all this other stuff. It just...
Yeah.
But why? Does he love them, or did they threaten to murder his family?
No, he took money from them right back at the beginning of his career. He has always worked for the World Bank and certain Jewish family. He works for that faction. He always has.
I remember the Trump thing you were telling me. You were telling me about Ivanka. What was the Ivanka thing you read about? Did you find out if that was true or not? You were saying something to the effect of something with Donald Trump and Ivanka on the Epstein files. Well, never mind then. You don't remember. It's fine.
I can't remember.
But why
Vaguely,
does he love them, or did he
not
threaten to murder his family? Again, don't run on the "I'm going to make America great again" and then sell it out to the Jews because you love your family. I don't feel any better or worse about you. You're still a piece of shit. Like, you still sold out an entire country of families because of your own. I can respect the fact that you love your family that star-spangled much that fuck everybody else, like literally everybody else in the country. But that doesn't change anything for me. He made promises and he's not delivering on them. 4D chess is lame. Anyone who's played it knows that. Still better than a communist hellhole. That's my point. We're just going to be a communist hellhole. It's just taking us longer to get there. Like,
you guys are about
a
decade behind us.
Do you think?
Roughly.
Do you think Israel has any problems with that? I don't think so. The Epstein Ivanka thing left the news cycle so quick. It must have been fake. All right, it must have been fake. Okay. We have 40 million more illegals.
Yeah, if it had been Kamala as opposed to Trump, at the end of the day, you got the better of.
But that's looking at.
Choices,
I understand the number's big, and we'd have 40 million more illegals, right? But you do realize, like, again, the overall destination that Kamala will get you to is the same one we're heading to with Trump. It's just now we're on this side of the line, and that one we'd be on that side of the line. Certain things will be different, like how many illegals you have in your country. And again, that's your best guess if things stayed the same the way they were before. But there's no guarantee things stay the same that way. It's that's the best guess that we can go. The same way that you can't say what would happen, what would happen if Donald Trump doesn't bomb Iran. Like, your best guess, this happens or that happens. They'll take out his family. People are arguing the Epstein files are certain whistleblowers' retaliation because he won't put boots on the ground in Iran. That's all speculative. It gives us more time to stockpile weapons and ammo. Again, like, I support the idea of stopping this government because I think it needs to be. But in terms of the, grab a gun and fight back, in order for that to work, you need the military on your side. Otherwise, their weapons are better. If nothing else, they can afford the most expensive ones. Mm-hmm. I don't think any of us are allowed to buy a jet fighter plane or a drone. But
even if the American army, all of it, decided to side with the civilians, they can bring in soldiers from other areas.
Yeah, but there's a difference there, though. But I'm saying if the military stands up and goes, no, we support the people and we're overthrowing this government, then you have a bunch of politicians going, come fight America's military because we want to stay in power. And I don't really think that'll happen. The best you'd have is Israel. And even then, it's again, nobody's going to want to do it. The same reason we're the country that Israel calls, we're the biggest billy club on the block. So if that billy club decides to stand with the American people, yes, you can do something about your government. But as long as the government can call in that billy club on its own citizens, like I said, you know what? It's all speculative, but in my opinion, it doesn't work out well. The stuff they bombed were a bunch of places that made missiles and drones. I guess that were targeting Iran and being shipped to Russia. What?
Some of the stuff that they hit. They're saying that helping it's helping with Ukraine.
Well, who gives a shit? Fuck Ukraine.
Yeah.
Fuck Ukraine.
Right?
As an American citizen, I would like to say I want to see Vladimir Zelensky on trial, and I want the American government to start demanding that Ukraine repay the loan.
Yeah.
Like, let's watch his eyes go wide. Ukraine, repay the loan. And you know what? Ukraine will probably thank us if we put Vladimir Zelensky on trial. I hate supporting dictators, especially since we're paying all the missiles and drones that were used to fight Israel and the excess ones they built. They were sending them to Russia to fight Ukraine, so that's why they bombed them.
Fair. Okay.
I still.
That was their.
It lands me with more of it's not our pig, it's not our farm, and I'm sick and tired of this. So it's, you know what I said? Then we won't have to worry about it. Worry about what? Zelensky and Biden in jail, please. Yeah, that won't happen. They're not. That'll never happen.
That'll never happen.
That is a pipe dream.
It's like Trudeau will never be in jail. He just bought a beautiful place in like super duper expensive part of town in Ontario or in Ottawa, sorry. And it's got like eight bedrooms and 7 baths, and like he's a single man with 2 teenage children. He doesn't need 8 bedrooms. But he does. Because he can afford it.
Cool. Zelensky, if the military turns on us, then we won't be alive to care. Well, the military, like, that's the thing. It's not turning on you. The military isn't for you. The military is to serve at the will and the behest of the American government. The militia was what was for you, and that got curtailed and rolled into the National Guard. And so technically the National Guard is for you, but they kind of serve at the will and the behest of the governor, and they get co-opted by the government and the military to serve overseas. So yeah, they don't serve you. It's just the government hasn't had a reason to deploy the military against their own citizens. Better to go out fighting, trying to make a difference. I'm just saying there's not enough, and you might be right, Scruffy, but there's not enough people willing to go out fighting to make a difference, and nobody's fighting. Like I said, we're all going along with it, and then, we're jumping in our chats going, it's time to rise up and fight the man, but nobody actually does it. Nobody actually does it. The closest thing we get to militia groups wanting to fight the government are federal officers in balaclavas that we arrest for a photo op.
Pending. Yes.
How many gun owners in the USA? It's not bad enough yet. Then it's never going to be. Like, no offense, like, shit's pretty bad now. You won't see it until supplies are cut off.
Yeah.
Well, then give it a couple weeks, because if this stuff keeps going with Iran, just off of gas prices alone, supplies are going to get awfully fucking expensive and a lot tighter. So we'll see how it goes. How is this better, Chevy? Oh, let's check up. A lot of people talking all this. Johnny's talking about his neurologist. I know exactly. Blah, 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 blah. I hide as much income from the government as possible. Also do a lot of bartering for shit, not tax on trade. Beer will get you a lot of labor for $25. That's nice. That's the whole point of an LL. All right. Limited liability. That's not what's happening. I don't know what we're asking. Maybe not. Trump can't even play checkers, says Alan. Alan, not a Trump fan, does not like the 4D chess analogy. My wife is much better since Trump got back.
220, 220, 220.
I don't have.
I'm doing it.
Which means my dick. Suck it. People fight when they're starving. Again, if we're going to let it get that bad, then like...
A ways to go before we get there yet.
But that's the thing, like, the system's set up so that there will always not... Like, somebody's always not going to be starving. I just, you know what? I'm black pilled. I've had it shitty, and I'm sick of seeing things the way they are, and if I could do something, I literally would. But, like, that's where I'm at. Like, what am I going to do? Even if I'm going to go start arming myself up and rolling around in my wheelchair, there's literally no fight I can do, no difference I can make that's going to change any of this stuff as one person. And you're not allowed to group up like as other people. We can't support people through the election system. So, I mean, the problem we have is too many people have not quit playing partisan politics. Too many people are team red or team blue. And I don't think that's going to change. I think everybody just assumes, well, I'm Team Red, so if Team Red does well, obviously as a team member, I'll be fine. And it's like, no, they're going to fucking shackle you with the rest of us when they put us in the thought camps. And we're going to be, the best we could land is Itotasos with people being, but I was an ally. What's going? I was on your team. And it's like, see, we told you they'd fuck us all, but I was on their team. Like, yeah, that's the best we're going to get. Go look at history and see what caused revolutions. Yeah, history will tell you time and time again when people are starving and when they're unhappy with the government, that caused revolutions. But what did the government use to fight against the revolutions? Like, for example, the French Revolution. Like, they overthrew the monarchy and everything else, and then that government turned that army on its citizens. Like, I just, again, if you don't have some of the military helping you, good luck with your revolution. That's all I'm saying. And I think a lot of people like me have that opinion where they want to do something, but they view themselves as one person. Do we have enough people to do anything? Eventually, maybe, but probably not. I just, like I said, it's the George Carlin bit. Everyone has a cell phone that makes pancakes, so nobody fucking bucks the goddamn trend. All right, let's go. We have 5 minutes left in the show. Let's go to this for our cute, adorable animal video of the day. You have to start small and local, and then maybe we can change the state, and then maybe we can change the country. Yeah, Mr. Q, I believed that for a while, and I watched the conservative state I live in literally because of gerrymandering, because of importing votes from other countries and stuff. I've watched it turn into a liberal utopia that ignores, I would say, easily 90% of the will of actual Minnesotans that have lived here their whole lives, and it entirely operates off of the 10% of people in the cities and the immigrants, like, kind of deal. And obviously those numbers are a little off, but again, the majority of the people who actually have lived here their whole lives, they don't support Tim Walz. But they can't get him out of office. The same with Jacob Fry, because they've got, the people in those areas. Our school board and local people are solid. Everyone above them, shady and slimy. District 742's representative is not solid. Okay? I know for a fact that lady ain't solid. Well, I mean, if you mean by fat, she's definitely solid in that regard. Anyways, let's go to this video quick. Something lighthearted and more fun. This is animals and MRI machines. I am scared of MRI machines. They make me uncomfortable. I don't like the way it feels when I'm in them. I get really warm and uncomfortable. I feel agitated. It drives me nuts. Maybe I'm just a little claustrophobic, but either way, they did it to a shitload of animals. What the fuck is that? Is that a sheep? It is. I think it's a sheep. Oh, there's a pretty kitty. They're filming it from this angle so you can't see what they're doing to his butthole. Dude, how out of it is that cat? You're muted.
Sorry. I think they're all pretty out of it.
Well, yeah, because I don't imagine they're going to sit still. I didn't realize this was in China. Now I'm worried that the MRI machine is going to suddenly blow up. I'm sorry. This seems like it should be torture.
I know, right?
Why is he so wrapped up? Is it so he'll sit still during the MRI? He's a cat.
I don't know.
Oh, and by the way, fucking what? Nice Coke nail.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
Do we need nails that big?
They taped a turtle to a...
Yes. I thought that was awesome. They taped the turtle.
All right, get that. Get the F-75. It's a highly sophisticated piece of medical equipment that we're gonna need for this tortoise's MRI. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm new. What's the F-75? Oh, it's the plastic Tupperware tub over there, next to the tongue depressors. You'd swear there's a sandwich in it. Oh, dude. A porcupine? That's playing with death. This bird looks dead, by the way.
A lot of them are asleep.
Right, a lot of them are asleep. But, dude, like, I'm sorry. We had to tape down a snake to the table so we could do an x-ray.
Nothing new. Totally normal day. Yep.
Injured crocodile at the zoo is undergoing an x-ray. I was hoping we were going to get to see some of the x-ray results. Am I wrong? Is that a fucking fish?
That's a fish.
How are we?
That's undergoing. There's a bunny, then a lion. But different ideas of what lions are. This is cute. Here's the clip.
All right. So there you go. Animals undergoing CAT scans and MRIs. Well,
yes.
We're gonna have to get going here. We didn't get our second read in today. Thank you for being here. This just whole fucking 3.5 hours just flew by because we couldn't stop trying to argue over top of one another. It was amazing.
Well, you couldn't stop. Yeah,
well, you kept cutting me off, and I kept waiting patiently. You know what I learned?
What am I gonna do? We're signing off, and I'm gonna pick another fight.
Yeah, I learned if I wait patiently, I don't ever get to talk on my own fucking show. So, yeah. Well, you did it. Like, no, you're right. I argued over top of you. You just did what you always do, where you just barrel over and keep going. And don't give me an opportunity to speak unless I argue over top of you. We did it to ourselves. All right. It melts the turtle into the Tupperware. That's gross. I hope they did that to make it so he couldn't move or something during the MRI instead of him actually needing a full body cast. I'm assuming that's what it was. Because that wasn't a cast. That was that stretchy tape, stretch wrap. It just came back. Scans thought it was a menu, says St. Aaron. Well, you came back in an interesting time because we're going to go. So you're doing a show tonight, and I'll try and join you after my daughter.
Hour and a half from now, I will be going live on my own channel on Rumble and YouTube and chatting with friends.
All right.
We'll see who shows up.
All righty. Well, I will show up at some point. I might not be there initially because we'll see what happens with the kiddo. But I will show up at some point, and I'll be there. Hopefully, Brian and Kaiser. I'd love to hear what's new with Kaiser in the book writing. You're doing the lots of fun stuff for you guys to talk about. So check her out on Digger 420 on YouTube, Digger 1420 on Rumble. It is Chatting with Friends tonight in an hour and a half or at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to get out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been fun. Bye.
Shut up and sleep with me. Come on. Why won't you sleep with me? Shut up and sleep with me.
Clip it.